I love you.
No, I love you too. I love you too. Okay, let's see if these guys are what these guys are up to.
Exactly.
I don't see them.
How we doing? How we doing, group?
We're doing all right.
You guys
no,
doing
the GM
good?
is there. Run, people.
Everybody stop planning. Everybody stop talking about your plans. The DM's
Exactly what we're
listening.
gonna do now.
We're not here to have fun anymore. The DM is here.
Yeah. Now
Party's
this is just
over,
a
guys.
torture session. It's just a
That's
slog.
exactly what it is.
Hey, you know what though? I mean, I'm doing my job. That's all that matters. If you're not having fun, I can't help you, man. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and jump on into this. Yeah. What do you guys think?
Let's do it.
Let's
Why
do
not?
it.
Probably.
Okay, so last episode, which is episode number 5, you guys had started your session inside of the room that was overlooking the main Rat King's experimentation room, choosing to take a short. Huh?
I said, God, that already feels so long ago.
I know, right? It's only a week. Only a week. So that I lost my train of thought. Right. Choosing to take a moment to have a break and not rush in. Some of you guys chose to attune to equipment, identify equipment, resummon a familiar, your imp, your very, very useful imp, and others split off to go and investigate one last component of the dungeon or the underground cavernous system that you had not gone to prior. The 40-foot climb up the waterfall was relatively easy. It didn't really cause too much distress other than a little bit of coinage that fell out of Kanan's pouch. But once getting to the top, you found a statue that had a very familiar engraving on its chest of the entity that some of the cult members that you've previously encountered and a hag have been trying to interact with and potentially resurrect. You then Norbak heard voices coming from it, and interacting with the statue, you found a hidden compartment that gave you a very gnarly looking blade with green and blackish veins that crawled all through it, bloody from tip to end, all throughout. But holding it, you felt like you had more potential, more power through this blade. Going through, your team hit the fight from 2 angles, executed it phenomenally, and were able to dispatch of the Rat King, who you found to be an elven woman, later found the name being Oswald, who was able to escape that entire encounter and has now fled into who knows what space. You tried to track her down, and you found that this particular cavern system leads out into the mystical forest, and chose wisely not to pursue, as you could hear voices in the distance, and went back and had Edgar close off the portal, sufficiently feeling like your job was done. Recouping yourselves and licking your wounds, you were awarded a hefty sum of gold for your efforts, and finishing off a little bit of grocery items on your list. You guys are now equipped and ready, actively pursuing the day ahead of you. That's where we're gonna start it off today. So all of you are currently in, let's say you guys are at, you guys are at the blacksmiths. We had just left off having Norbak purchase his armaments and everything. What are you guys doing?
I am off to ask if he has studded leather.
Oh,
that I
you're right
purchased.
there. He'll say, yes, of course I have studded leather.
Yep.
Yeah, he says,
And I would like to purchase one for myself.
so the standard price is perfectly fine. I've got lots of this stuff. Not an issue whatsoever. So that will run you, if I can find the page. I was like 3 off. That'll be one more page. Nope, one more page.
You'll find it eventually.
45. It'll run you 45 gold, sir. And he takes
I would, yeah.
He takes your 45, and he goes, and you watch as Van Wa runs over to a wall and takes off the studded leather and brings it over to you. You can see he's still the same weak little human that you ran into last.
You know how my guy, he takes an interest to like sharp things and basically all things weapons.
Mm-hmm.
So I was wondering if I could go ask the blacksmith if there was any way I could learn how to blacksmith at some point. Somewhere.
He looks at you and says, well, if the time ever allows, I mean, do you have any blacksmith experience prior?
No.
Ooh, you're like completely, wow. Tell you what,
But
if you
I'm
ever
big and
get
strong.
you're strong, but doesn't mean you have skill. There's a big difference here. This
I can
requires
try.
talent, and killing things is not going to help you here. Your strength will, of course, allow you to mend the metal a little bit quicker. But regardless, if you get some time in the future, I mean, come down. We'll see what we can work out and possibly at least begin that. But right now, I already have Van Wa here that I'm trying to get built up. So my hands are full.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see about it in the future.
Just leave.
He's just like, all right.
He's like, okay, and then just walks out the door.
I'm gonna take a walk to the magic shop.
Sure, easy enough. She's like right around the corner, effectively. You make your way over, and
Thorfinn, do you want to come along?
Yeah,
or-
I'm coming
Yeah.
along with the.
I saw you react there. I figured you
Yep.
wanted to assist me.
I am also heading to the night shop with you.
sure. I'm gonna assume that everybody's gonna go together if nobody interjects to say they're doing anything else, just for.
I
for
just want to
sake
go
of-
get a drink at the tavern or something.
Sure, that's again easy enough to
thirsty.
do, right? There's the two main taverns that you guys can head to. You just let me know which one you're gonna be at, and then we can make that happen.
I
But-
forget. Just a tavern, whatever's closest.
Sure, the closest one would be Yoster's Inn, and you recognize it. It's very elaborate, right? You're actually walking past it when you're making your way over to Sarah's magic shop. You can go in and help yourself. It's going to cost you 2 gold pieces to be in there to have your drinks taken care of. You make your way in, and Sarah is again sitting there. She has a very thick bound ledger. It looks like it's got a lot of columns and things, and she's keeping inventory at the moment, walking from one shelf to the other with the glass displays. She sees you come in. She says, "Oh, hello. It's nice to see you again. What have you been up to? It's look a little different."
Hi. Actually, see, I've been through rough times, but yeah, I'm actually here to inquire you about that item that you showed me before. That thing about that magic item
luck
that brings
stone.
luck. Yeah.
The luck
The
stone.
luck stone, yeah.
Ah, yes. I actually still have it, luckily enough. Just pun intended.
Maybe we don't need it.
She walks over to the back of the counter. She takes out the little wooden box, and she takes out this beautiful stone. Says, "Here it is. This is if you're still interested, it goes for 250."
Maybe my friend
Could you,
Hugo can help me. Yeah.
Yeah, could you lower the price at all on that object?
Well, I mean, I don't think that would be in my best interest. It does take time to acquire some of the materials to do these enchantments. This one I didn't do myself, unfortunately, so normally I could reduce it if I had worked on it myself, but this is one I had to purchase from another vendor myself and have available.
Could I hold it?
Sure. She walks around the corner, like around her desk, hands it to you, but stands between you and the door.
Okay. I want to cast Distort Value on the item.
Oh, sure, yeah, that's not a
I
problem.
need to hold it for a minute.
Okay, yeah, you're inspecting it for.
It's a verbal component, so she would hear something, but
Sure.
you know.
She doesn't mind whatsoever. She's sitting there. She's kind of watching you do her thing. She's got her arms crossed and like back leaned up, one leg up on the door as well. Intrigued. And you finish your spell cast to identify the value of it, and you glean that it is a valuable item.
Distort value.
Oh, like you're trying to reduce it?
The spell, essentially, yes. Essentially, to make it appear like it's scratched or like roughed a little bit,
Oh, I see.
just
Okay.
to have some leverage, you know.
Right. Okay. Yeah, you do
You-
take a little bit
Can
of
you
time.
harness the power of luck from the stone while you do that?
It takes you a little bit of time. It takes you a minute to do that. But as she's watching you do this, she's watching the effects hold on the object. She just she comes over and says, "So, how's your inspection going of this object?"
Well, I've noticed a couple of defects on it. Quite honestly, ma'am, and I feel like it may not be standing to the value that you try to pass it for. I'm sorry that you purchased an item that might not be of the best quality, but clearly, and I essentially I give it back to her so she can inspect it.
She takes it. She's looking around and she says, "Well, I mean, it doesn't matter. Just because a plate of food that you get from the restaurant looks like complete dog crap, it might still taste phenomenal." And she's holding it. She's like, "It still works equally as efficient. The look should not matter."
Right, but it, you know, it is still not in pristine quality. You know what I mean?
I want you to make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Wait, what did I just miss?
She's just sitting there like, this. I don't think you understand how magic items work, sir. The look of it means quite literally nothing
What's
here.
what's the check you want me to do?
Persuasion with disadvantage.
All right, I'll roll it twice. Well, I'm just gonna roll it once.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, exactly. she again, she just looks at you. She kind of chuckles a little bit, walks back around the counter and says, I like I said, this will be a fixed price of 250 gold today, but I promise you, this is not something to scoff at. This item will last you for as long as you stay alive. You know, this is a very potent object.
Let's kind of change the deal a little bit here. What else do you have that could be interesting? For example, I'm looking for an item for a warlock. Could be a staff, could be a helmet, a hat, could be anything that could be of use for me. And maybe if we purchase a couple of items, you could consider giving us a small discount overall.
Well, I mean, for magic users of your potential here, the items run fairly expensive. I'm not quite certain that. I mean, if you're struggling to pay for a 250 gold item, I don't know how likely you are to be able to afford some of these higher ones.
On that note, if it is what you say it is, yeah, I would just take it. I would take it.
By all means, she puts the stone on the counter and starts to write into her book, and she's waiting for you to give her payment.
And 250, right?
Yep, 250.
So I would wait. Quickly, I need to convert. So I'm gonna give my platinum, yeah. So that would be 200 gold and 5 platinum from me.
No. Oh yeah, sorry. Yes, 10 to 1. Yeah. 5 platinum.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. She happily takes the platinum, does not give you any problems with the conversion or anything, and just says, "Look, you are the proud owner of a luck stone, sir. And the moment you hold it and it officially belongs to you, it's almost like all your senses are heightened, as if like you were dampened, and now you're able to see better. You're able to identify objects a little bit easier. You can see the finer points of the hair strands on her head. Effectively, as long as you hold the luck stone and you rub it before doing any type of skill check, you get a +1 to it. Yeah, and this is for every. It doesn't matter. It could be Arcana, it could be Deception, it could be Stealth. As long as you rub it before doing the action, you get a +1 to that check. Not saving though, just skill check. I'll get that item to you afterwards. I don't have it written out, but
how long does it take for him to rub it? Like technically speaking, you would need to hold it, and rubbing it is instantly, essentially.
Yeah, it's an instant thing. It's just like the mechanic of it, right? It's like a lot of items have. If you speak the magic or like the trigger word, or whatever the hell it is, the wording.
Yeah, it's just to understand it as an imitation in combat or something, like beyond holding it.
Yeah, it won't take anything. It's a free action to rub it, but yeah, that's how that works. All right. She looks at you.
So you just have to
Sorry.
You just have to remember to actually do it, like with my guidance.
That's pretty much how that works, exactly. Hubo, for you, she says that she has a +1 staff that she just got in recently. It's a little bit more powerful, right, than what you have available to you currently, but she says that it will run you 300 gold.
I'll have to pass on that. If there is no other attribute to it than a +1, it would imply that I use it in combat, and physically. And I'm more interested in something that would help me, cast spells in an effective way,
it effectively
or remain out of danger.
It certainly does, sir. Magical equipment is a little interesting in the sense that when they have these imbued effects, they also allow you to impart those to your magically casted attacks and effects. So if you were to cast, and she kind of leans and says, I'm imagining that you work with a particular beam of sorts, a blast, but it would allow you to find purchase with that a lot easier. It makes all your spell attacks with +1.
Well, I'll keep it in mind. For now, I'll have to pass, but I'll keep it in mind. Thank you.
Sure, not a problem. Have a great day. Thank you for coming in.
And we are heading out. Norbak, do you think you can carry the armor somewhere else where we can get it appraised and maybe put on auction or something like that?
Aren't I currently at the tavern or whatever?
Yeah, he didn't go with you guys.
Oh yeah, you are. Well, guys, let's go get Norback and try and see if we can't do something. We need him to carry this thing.
Yeah.
And we're not gonna leave just loot lying around. Like it's not very efficient, is it?
Well, we should first ask around where we can actually put it up for auction before we start walking around with that thing on Norbak's back.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay. Making your way back to Norbak, or even asking around in like a general sense, most of the people here are merchants to a degree, right? A lot of mercantile people and folk have made their way because of the carnival and the festivities of the year's celebration. They basically all tell you that an object of that kind, like cabinetry and houseware and paintings, are primarily sold in Winterfell, as that's the trade capital of Midgard.
Oh, how convenient.
There's really not much you can do here other than like get it appraised from somebody, but they don't even know, like they don't know who you go to. But yeah, most of you did that conversations on the way over to the tavern, to Yoster's Inn.
Right.
So I guess we can't sell that in this place. Do we have a safe place to store it while we finish something up?
Well, right now it's in the mess hall of the
I just haven't moved it.
We just move it to one of our quarters that the church is loaning us.
You know what? There's something we could do with it. We do have in town. There's somebody who's interested in rare artifacts. He's currently having a carnival with some of them. Maybe he would be interested in either buying it or trading for it.
No.
Who knows?
You know, even I'm not that smart, but that doesn't sound very smart.
I mean, the last time we talked to him, we were fine. He asked us to leave, but you know, we're not in a massive conflict with the guy. There's no reason for him to like publicly try to attack us and well, literally in public.
Yeah, it could actually even help us if we talk to him and maybe he wants to buy it and we drop that we haven't really gotten any further in our investigation.
And hey, I could always
Maybe
hide
put
the
him at
imp
ease.
inside. And that's another way to sneak in. If the imp is hidden inside.
Okay, that might work.
Hey, it's an idea.
Yeah.
I'm assuming the imp would be able to open the door from... We could try it, you know, to be sure before we bring it to him.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
that
pretty
Guys,
solid
agree?
idea.
Not so bad.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we had worse ideas so far.
I don't know why we're trying to give an artifact to an unknown entity. But
Because
okay.
we have nothing to do with it anyway. It took us hours to fucking carry this thing out of the dungeon. Do you
That's
think we're gonna
because
be
I
able
was
to walk
tired,
to a
okay?
main city with it? Like, that's not realistic. We need to either get rid of it here or try and figure. Otherwise, we just leave it here and it serves no purpose whatsoever.
Couldn't we just get a
Well, we
carriage or
would-
some shit to carry it?
Yeah, we would need to enter a caravan or something and move up with a carriage. So I don't
Yeah.
think we are gonna buy one right away.
And I mean, I don't
We can
know.
at least try.
Are the church accommodations gonna allow us to just leave stuff in there forever? Like that doesn't sound really.
we can try and ask, like,
Yeah, we can ask, but I don't think they would allow us to store stuff there for that long. It was a temporary accommodation, right? So that's just.
well, we are heading to winter. Yeah.
We are, but we don't have any means to transport the thing right now. That's our issue. So either we do that at a later date when we can, you know, move it in a faster way, or we try and get rid of it now.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm in for it, for trying to get the conductor to buy it.
Yeah, maybe he's gonna be a little bit more friendly this time because we bring, you know, offerings. Who knows?
It also like if we do business with them, it may ease some of the like suspicion off of us after our last encounter with them.
Yeah, as I said, we can pretty much put him at ease when if we drop a hint like our investigation has pretty much hit rock bottom and we are standing.
Yes.
Okay.
I say, I go with the imp and see if the imp can open the door from the inside, just to have this as a back pocket idea. Not that we're gonna use it. Let's just make sure it works.
Wait, what if
Yeah.
what if the conductor checks the inside with the imp still inside?
Scare him with an imp. Or I could also, I have another idea.
Or if he's
We can just-
invisible, then maybe he won't zoom.
Yeah, we can just have the imp accompany us invisible and in stealth anyway. And when we show him all the insides before we close it, we just have the imp flying.
Yeah, that's a way to do it.
All right.
Get an item in there, and then say, "Hey, I forgot to pick up my item," and then you pick it up, and while you do that, the imp goes in.
So the next thing we're gonna do is like meet with the conductor.
I'll need to make sure that the imp can be in there and can get out. That's the first thing we
So
need.
back to the
do it, I
church,
think.
testing, and then...
I can
let's
do that
move
by
out.
myself. I don't think we need to be all there.
Yeah, but we need Novak to move it,
Oh,
or do
that's
you
fair.
want to drag the conductor to the church?
I don't
Could
think he
also
likes
work.
that place. He doesn't seem like the type of guy who goes to church, so let's not.
But I want another drink.
Oh,
Don't get drunk now.
just drink enough to be
I
able to
want
carry the
more.
thing.
Yeah.
And even if I'm drunk, I'll be able to carry that hunk of junk.
It's easy enough to do. Honestly, you guys wait for for Norbak to have his beverage. It tastes phenomenal, Norbak. Like of the beverages you guys have recently had, the crappy water that's just been stagnant inside the leather pouches and whatnot. It tastes really nice and very luxurious here. You can taste all the flavors, the palettes of like whatever alcohol has in it. Because I don't know.
The money was worth it.
Oh,
It tastes so
100%.
good.
You're actually also given a meal, and in that time period, you're able to go through the good majority, having the conversation of what to do with your allies. You guys make your way over to Heimdall's temple. All of the brethren there see you, recognize you. You're able to go downstairs, and Norbak, now fully recovered and in your strength, you're able to pick it up with relative ease, and with your friends also being able to help you, you can get it over to the conductor's tent, which is currently being set up. You can see that there are a lot of stagehands and regular like worker folks that are just busy, constantly walking around and frantically trying to get the last day, the big last finale of the week in full effect. You do not see the conductor anywhere. Also, I sent you the item, the list of.
Thank you. Do we have our locations on the TikTok?
The what?
Like on the tent, on the carnival. Where
You
are
know
we?
that the carnival itself, the conductor has not been seen out of their home or their residence in the back until later on. Evening times comes out and basically only comes to do the activities and then goes back in. According to your knowledge, you haven't seen him other than that. But people are still busy setting up the artifacts, setting up his menagerie of creatures, and it's a bit of a chaos at the moment.
To
Boring in there. Just always being in there.
Goldar, I have maybe an idea, which you could probably help if you want. Very similar to the idea we had previously, to kind of put it on stream. The idea would be to, give me a second, actually.
What just happened?
Sorry, I have people jumping into my room right now. So, Goldar, I could still give you the disguise self, and I could disguise myself, and we could try and act like we are traders instead of trying to use it to steal. We could say that we're traders and we're interested in some of the artifacts that they have in the carnival, that we would be interested in trading.
Sure.
I want to go as
What do you
ourselves
want me to do?
because backup and be there for checking for anything magical, and the idea is just I don't want to be there by myself, and I don't want to be there as myself because he did see us and he does suspect that we're onto him a little bit. So maybe that's
That is
another
fine.
avenue we could take. While we're doing that, since he's gonna be outside examining it, maybe we can get Thorfinn to sneak in. I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe that's an idea.
I'd be happy to try.
That could be. We could use that as a distraction, and we can have maybe Kanan like sneaking and being kind of in between, and to us if he hears anything inside, any commotion, so we can shift gears quickly enough? Would that work for the group?
I'm okay with
And no,
that.
back, you just do you. I don't know what to do with you.
Yeah. The thing
I
is,
guess
can-
I just stand here with the armor. I don't know. Yeah.
yeah, the thing is, can we carry the armory ourselves? Because I'm a 0 strength guy.
We can.
And
We
if
can
Novak isn't
drop
carrying
it.
it,
The idea would be to drop it essentially near him. Norbak can go back into the crowd or something, or we just say we hired this adventurer to carry it because he's big and strong and can be there. Who cares? And
Like, I
then we're
have
just gonna
no
knock at his
idea who
door
these people
and
are.
get him out.
yeah, sure.
All right.
Do
That's
you
a
want
plan.
me to prepare detect magic before we go in or something?
I don't think we're gonna need it. To be, I mean, maybe, but you know, I'd rather use your spell slot for something else.
Yeah, that's why I asked, because I can use it as a ritual.
Oh. Yeah, might as. I mean, what would we use it for, honestly?
I don't know, if we enter and we see spells like alarm and stuff inside, because he will certainly ask us inside. Then at least we have heads up.
Okay. So the idea would be to show him the armor outside, so he's distracted. Thorfinn sneaks in. Kanan and Norvac. Kanan is going to be with Thorfinn essentially.
Yeah,
Norvac is with
I'll-
us. And then we
What?
get in.
What am I
Now we're
doing?
all inside. If shit pops, we can engage essentially. That makes sense.
When did I get inside?
You get inside with us. You're
Yeah.
you're our strong man, right?
But
We hired you as a
where?
guard and stuff.
But when did I get inside though?
You just stick with the smart guys. That's just
Yeah, just stick with me and Goldir. Goldar.
That sounds good enough to me.
yeah.
And remember, you're a mercenary that we hired, okay? That's all you need to know.
I have no idea who you people are.
Exactly.
Perfect. That's
Perfect.
We just give you money. That's all you care about. And you transport heavy thing and you hit big things. That's what you do.
Well, I go use that money to buy more ale, but that's besides the point.
Yes. And then you drink and you eat.
I like it. I like it a lot. Okay.
Okay, is that a solid plan?
I think
Yeah,
so.
we can try it.
Okay.
Do you want to go stealing then? Because if
Yeah.
we are going now and engaging, then it's
I think
pretty
that's a
much
safer plan
done.
than stealing. It's gonna be hard to steal
alright.
anyway because he's gonna. I mean, somebody's gonna see something at some point.
Yeah. Then we better get out of sight somewhere, and you put the disguise on me. Then I'm
Yeah.
gonna use the ritual for detect magic and right back to the tent.
Okay. A map of the area around the conductor's office, so we try to kind of structure that.
Yep, you bet. So we're gonna go ahead and take you over here, and you guys have the view. So you know, I'll bring it over as well for the chat to see. But you guys know that the area that he resides out of is back here at the top left. Well, actually, you guys, yeah, right there. And when you were looking at it from the outside, it's a fairly small building itself, but when you were inside, it was absolutely ostentatious. It was very gaudy and it's huge. So it's some type of magical effect happening through the door when you pass through. But you're not. The last time you were here, you checked the back. There was a window open, and you guys did see that it led into his actual quarters, but in a different location.
Should probably scout around again. For now, like maybe maybe Thorfinn and Kanan, you could do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will be scouting the window, check for people or traps or.
So while this is happening, I think we should be maybe in the bush here, like two guys in the bush, and just using this guy's self to disguise ourselves into two tradesmen, essentially two merchants.
10? You got a 10?
Yep. By the way, this is me like rubbing my stone, which cancel out my exhaustion.
No.
Negative?
No. The exhaustion is a disadvantage. So you'd roll twice, take the lower value,
I still rest.
right? Yeah, disadvantage is very different. The +1 just makes your total value +1.
Okay, so I need to roll another one.
Yes, it's very important to distinct.
So that's supposed to be an 11, and the next one is
Okay.
Right.
And don't forget the +3 from the pearl.
That's not for
still have
perception.
that.
That's
Yeah.
for investigation. Oh, that is with a perception. You're right. Okay. Regardless, yeah. With those numbers, you start looking around, and you're able to immediately identify that a lot of the stagehands are coming out the main door of this place. They seem to be either staying in his main location inside. He possibly has bunk beds and bunks set up because there are people that came with him. But a lot of people are currently carrying objects and things inside. Casing the building around, the window is still in the back. It is closed, and no one has really noticed or interfered with you prying and looking at the building itself.
Do we have visuals on the conductor?
You do not.
I guess me and Kanan go back to the group and. Oh wait, before I do that, I'm gonna check if the window is actually open.
He just said it was closed.
Well, it's
Yeah,
closed.
I mean, if it's closed, but like, can I find it?
Oh, if it's locked, okay.
You
Is
go
it
over
locked?
and it is not locked. It is unlocked.
Okay. So I will go back to Thorfinn, to the group, probably with Kanan, and to report like, we have access.
We're in the middle of using our spell. Like, okay, go away. Don't get suspicious. Just go back there, stealth in, just relax. We'll give you a signal.
Honestly,
I imagine you walked from the window straight to the bush. You're like, hey guys, hi. The window's open, by the way.
It's like,
that's perfect.
Not suspicious
forget.
at all. Thank you.
I forget, where am I standing?
With these guys in a
Oh,
bush,
you're
I
still
thought.
with the Almor.
Oh, okay. there you go.
No, you're still with the Almor, essentially.
Oh, where's that? I do not remember.
We didn't move it yet. You're
that's
still with the
phenomenal.
Almor. We're just setting up, and then we'll
Where?
get you.
Am I still at the church or something?
Yes.
yes.
Then
Oh
we'll
my
go get
god.
Oh my goodness.
you. I mean, that's what I thought at least, but you know.
At this point, you're gonna come back to me just sleeping on the floor or something.
Yeah, that's fair. We'll work you up. So at this point, we'll be disguised. I mean, Goldar, you're free to decide how you want to disguise yourself. I'm gonna have a very flamboyant hat and like very luxurious clothes that kind of exudes prestige. And I'll try to act with a little bit of a French accent because that's very natural to me.
Question.
I will.
How are we gonna know? How are we gonna know if it's clear for us to go in? If how are we gonna communicate?
Kanan, I'm gonna interject here real quick. I didn't see your roles. I apologize. You gotta vocalize these things to me. I got too much going on.
Oh, well, I mean, just because I was with
Damn.
Thorfinn, I was
Yeah.
going to do a perception check as well, just to
Sure.
see what was around.
Well, while Thorfinn was checking if the window was unlocked, you were over his shoulder. Thorfinn literally was like, "Yep, unlocked," and he walked away to go let the group know. And you were like, "But, all right." You continue to look inside through the window, and you notice that the room this particularly leads into is a room that houses, like, people can sleep in. It's a bunk room, effectively. It's very large. It's about 25 by 15. It's a rectangular room. It's got 3 beds closest to the window, and then in the center is a very large circular table with what look to be like meal plates that somebody had eaten, and you're not sure how long. But there's a door that is completely opposite of the window, and then you kind of pry your way in, and you see a door that leads to the left as well. Both shut, but the room is like, it's a bunk room, effectively.
Okay. Awesome.
So yeah, as I report, I ask the smart guys, like, okay, how are we gonna know when to get in?
Whenever the conductor gets out, that's your cue to get in.
Pretty much when Yogo starts his sales pitch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whenever you see words. Whenever you see him get out of his apartment, let's call it that, and you're free to get in.
All right. Gotcha.
I'll keep my hemp with me just in case we need, something. He's gonna be invisible on my shoulder.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for my disguise, I'm probably just going with a lighter skin tone. I will sacrifice my beard and actually dye it along with my hair, because white hair and beard pretty much stand out. And I will use some of the disguise clothes to get a robe-like look that I can put over my armor and long sleeves, that it looks like, yeah, I'm more of a magic guy.
Okay.
All right, so this by the way, it lasts an hour, Goldar, just so you're aware. So we have time to go and get Norvag to carry the armor.
Yeah, and
So I
I'm
guess that's
preparing
next.
my detect armor ritual then,
All right.
while you are fetching him.
Okay, so I need exact like actionable points here. What are we doing exactly?
I'm going to get Norvag to carry the armor back to the conductor's hut.
Okay,
essentially.
All right, that's easy enough. You go. It takes about, I'd say, 10 minutes with the amount of effort it is to carry this heavy ass closet, and you're back to the conductor's building, basically right in front. And it's a little bit quicker when you get closer. You can ask a few people for help, but yeah, you're in front of his little housing location at the back.
That's pretty much the time I need for my ritual. Then I'm finished with detect magic. It's active for a while now, and I meet up with Yobu and with Novak.
You immediately, having cast detect magic, get a massive wave of transmutation magic coming from this hut, or the small little housing location the conductor is located in, and people are coming in and out of. What's the radius on detect magic? It's 30 feet.
I think so. Just a second.
Yeah, just double check for me, please, because I forget.
Yes, it's 30 feet, and
30 feet.
it tells me if something is magical, gives me an aura of it, and tells me the school of magic.
Right. I'm not gonna lie to you, Vibin is, like me myself, is really bad at knowing what schools of magic do what, because I always forget. So I'm just gonna tell you if it's magical. And I'm gonna tell you, like, if it's
no problem.
illusory or not.
It's the same for me.
Yeah, I'll tell you if it's illusory or that kind of stuff, but I don't really know the distinction between like divination and so forth. But I'll try the best I can and put some effort into it. But this one is transmutation very heavily. You can also begin to detect from the tent to your right as you're walking to the front of the building. You can detect, you detect transmutation. You also detect, no, that's it. You detect a object that has transmutational magic to it. And it's a very small piece of something. Can't tell.
Near the tent, or
It's on the other side of the
that?
tent. Like, it's inside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know that is the location where all his, like, menagerie and artifacts were. So there's something in there that is exuding magical properties.
Yeah, I hint at that to Yobu, of course, that I'm detecting it, since that's pretty much what I cast it for.
It's most likely the goblet or the thing that the mage transform into. That would make sense with the lore too.
Yes, if it
It's
is
just
a
an
real one.
assumption, but yeah, of course. All right, so everybody's in place essentially. So I'll go knock at the door, or if somebody is coming in and out, I'll ask someone if the conductor is in.
Yep, easy enough. You see a small little humanoid, a human. I gotta stop saying humanoid. When I'm saying humans, I keep calling them humanoids. I don't know why. It's just a bad habit. But you see a human that's walking out, and he says, "Yeah, of course, the conductor's inside. He's currently trying to get everybody organized. He's divvying up the tasks, and it's a big event tonight. This is the last day. He really wants to go out with a bang." And he says, "Yeah,
Merci, jeune homme.
he's right inside."
Okay, so I thank him in French, of course, because and so I knock on the door.
Oh, the door's open.
I'm not gonna speak entirely. Oh,
No,
the door's open.
The
okay.
door is open because everybody is coming in and out, and so they just leave it open for the time being.
Okay, so I'm entering a little bit, just like looking around, being a little bit curious of the scene because it is a special place.
Yeah.
I try to spot the conductor and to wave at him essentially.
He sees you and he kind of like waves over top of the crowd of people around him. You can see that it's like a football huddle almost, like a celebrity would be at a concert. There's just probably 4 or 5 rows of employees in front of him, and he's like pointing in like sections. He's like, "You section, you're doing this tonight. You're doing this." And then on the right section, he says, "Tonight we really need to make sure security is in the most pristine condition. All of you need to make sure that we are tight and locked down. And you can audibly hear him just like making sure that everybody is on the same page about this. And they're all nodding like, yes, that makes sense. Okay, not a problem. And they're among themselves. One of them seems to be a manager who's telling them what locations to divvy out themselves to. But after about 4 or 5 minutes of you watching him do this, he does seem to be freeing up of time. For time.
Bonjour, monsieur. I would be interested in proposing something for you. I came across a very rare artifact.
Oh.
And seeing as you have a very rich collection here, very interesting stuff. Everything you have here is marvelous, really. I would be interested in knowing if you would be interested, really, in having a look at my item. I'm leaving in a couple of hours, so I really wanted to quickly, to be sure I could get to you, but it's right outside. It's a little bit heavy.
He says, this seems okay. This is not a problem. You've piqued my curiosity. And he walks outside with you, takes the minute his eyes reach the armoire, he says, well, this could not be. Is this truly the armor of invincibility or invulnerability?
Mais bien sûr, monsieur. Of course it is. Of course it is.
This is a wonderful find. Where did you find this? I've been looking for this for a very long time.
The location where we got it is, I have to keep it confidential, sadly. My sources are very particular about the information of where they get their products. And I'm sure you can understand, being a collector yourself.
Of course I do. I wish.
It is a marvelous piece indeed.
Truly is. What a beauty. What a beauty. Well, nonetheless, you don't want it, I understand.
Actually, I would be interested in an exchange, maybe.
Oh, okay. Well, he says, he kind of like, he points to a few people and he's like, hey, over here. And a few human males, and one of them is a female, comes over, grabs the armoire. And he says, bring it inside, put it off to the side. I'm having a conversation. Let's do this inside. Let's have a proper conversation.
Okay.
He goes over, and yet again, like clockwork, he walks you over to the center, which has a very large keg and a bar that goes all the way around. He takes you and he sits you down at the bar counter, and he walks his way around the very long exterior of it and starts to pour out beverages for himself. Some of the other people are also sitting at the bar having drinks as well. Goldar, you are with them here, yes?
Yes,
yeah,
I'm
Norback too.
Right, Norback and Goldar. Goldar, you immediately detect multiple sources of magic. When you first walked in, to the left and right of your place, I guess I could, well, it's just a little hard, but anyways, you can see that the little alcoves of carpeted areas that he had prior to have the different sconces of colorations. There's the yellows, blues, greens, and purples. At the bar themselves, there seem to be candles that are also lit with similar colorations. You are detecting very, very strong magical energy coming off of the candles and off the colorations in those alcoves of carpeted areas. And off the conductor as well. There seems to be a litany of items on the conductor that seem to be pinging for you. But he walks over and confidently yet again pours out a beverage, and he's using big words today, and hands them out to you. Says, "Well, how about we begin our business relationship with a beverage?" And he goes to try and like clink it with you.
Sadly, drinking is against my religion. I cannot drink any form of liquid other than water.
Yes.
I'll drink it.
Forget.
I like drink.
Well, I'm glad to have a beverage with you. And he like clinks the glass and chugs it down. And he's like, all right.
I'll also chug it down.
Oh, it's phenomenal. It's cold. It tastes great. It's almost, you're getting like a hint of like winter's breeze, right? Like just after a snowfall. It's phenomenal. And he leans over on the counter and says, okay, let's get to business. What would you like to exchange for this?
I saw a very interesting goblet that is rumored to be essentially a transmuted sorcerer or wizard that was trying to spy on the dragon. Extremely interesting to me.
Well, I mean, it's an artifact. Of course, it's interesting to everybody. That's why it's on display. He says, "Well, unfortunately, that particular object is very near and dear. I cannot put it. I can't. Not in the right mind. Put that up as a trade option for an object as such."
surely you have something that could be of interest to us anyway, right? You have a ton of marvelous products here. I'm sure you have something that can rival the majesty of this armoire.
I unfortunately don't know the entire extent of my collection off my mind, but if you give me a little bit of time before the show, I can go through my contents and get back to you. Where are you staying?
We'll be staying at the Chalice for a couple of hours. We do not have a lot of time.
That's not a problem. I will be there very quickly. I promise. This is post haste on my things to do today. I will be there soon.
Good. We will await for your news.
Perfect. And he basically bids you farewell and continues back to doing his job with everybody else around. And you guys are told to take your armoire and go, effectively. You're outside.
Wait, so I mean, during this time, me and Kanan would like to sneak inside the window.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
We did.
Yeah.
You did? Okay, you guys gotta wait for me to do these things. You got a 20 with disadvantage?
Yep.
What
and
the
that's a
F?
+1.
That balls. Okay, well, you two crawl in to the back. Hold on, I gotta drop your characters in here because it's gonna matter. Where is it? Kanan and Thorfinn. You two drop in to the back of the conductor's space. Oh, whoops, Kanan. Sorry, I put you on the wrong layer here. Token layer. There you go. This is also not supposed to be here. I have a few things set up. I thought you guys were gonna go through the main room, but you two come in through the room, and the first thing, again, you see this happening. You can hear a lot of hubbub around past the walls from where you can see right now. To your left is a door, and in front of you is a door as well. This seems to just be a very small, like kind of smallish quarters for people to stay and eat and kind of stuff and move through. But what do you guys want to do here?
Wait, let me just update my HP. I would like to
My HP didn't. That's weird.
go next to this door and take a peek on what's on the other side.
Okay. You open this door, and through it, you can see is a storage space on the other end. And right as you start to peek through, you actually see somebody that is walking out of this room through that door right there, and then they immediately shut the door behind them. You're not sure if they saw you, if they didn't see you, but that's what your eyes catch.
So, can I check for like traps in the room or any kind of
Give me an investigation check.
things, anything for alert?
Whoa.
Nope, I didn't see a damn thing.
No, you do not catch anything.
I would like to give an extra eye for traps. May I check for perception?
Oh, when you're checking around, well, while you were like looking through the door, Thorfinn basically comes up to you and is like, "This room's clear."
All right. Slowly walk, checking for traps for this door, and take a peek.
Same thing. So you go ahead and you open this door up as well, and through it you can see there are multiple. As far as you can see right now, there's a door on the left, and then there is also a window that looks into more rooms on your left. The right side is all a solid wall, no windows looking out to the right. So right here is the window, and then that is a door.
Okay. So Kanan, how do you want to approach this?
No, what are we trying to find in here? Like, are we looking for?
I mean, do you remember that tiny room, or like any valuable stuff? You know what? While we're in this room, we want to check for valuables.
Valuables? No, Thorfinn found. I mean, Kanan already looked specifically, found absolutely nothing. So investigation checks usually, like if you're doing traps, yeah, your attention is usually put towards that. But if anything sticks out to you guys, I'll usually narrate it as well, just to save all of you guys and me time. But he didn't find anything.
All right. So, like, remember that tiny room that we saw on our way out? Maybe we could try and go for that one.
Okay. So do we want to...
Just so I understand, they're currently doing that while we're talking to the conductor, or afterward? Okay.
No, this is happening at the same time as the conductor conversation.
Okay, good.
So, slowly crawl the hallway while checking them carefully, and then take a peek at this door.
Okay, so here's the cool thing. You guys can actually click on that door on your side. You can interact with the doors yourselves. And you go to interact with it, and you find that it's a locked door. Unfortunately, you're not able to make your way through.
Can I try with my thieves' tools to lock the gate?
Okay, go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check.
Disadvantage. And I'd be rubbing my lockstone as I'm doing this. That's a +1, so that's not 20.
Nice. Easily. You're able to, it takes you literally like 5 seconds while you're having a conversation with Kanan. You're just able to do it, no problem. The door opens, and ahead of you is another room. This one is very awesome. It's extremely gaudy and elaborate. The first thing, you're able to put yourselves in the room, by the way. There doesn't seem to be anybody in this room right now, but what you see is this is also a bunk quarter. The center of this room has a square table with 4, it's almost like conference room table, and the chairs are positioned in a way that it seems like multiple, like 4 or 5 people were listening to somebody on the opposite end over here. Behind this position is a fireplace that's small, but it's still crackling flames. It is just now dying off, but people were in here pretty recently. And on the table, you can see some like chalices of liquids, probably beverages of like, you know, ales and whatnots. But you can also see one parchment that's laid out on top. This one specifically has the entire layout of the carnival, the tent, positions and everything. And it's got information written on personnel that need to be specifically positioned to do certain tasks. So, but that's about it. At immediate glance.
Oh, I have to click on the door to be able to enter also.
Oh, that's neat. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Wonderful.
That's kind of stupid,
so
actually. I don't like that.
It's like a closed room, right? So that's just it. It's a quarters for.
Yes, it's a quarters and a meeting space for what would be like a manager's kind of a meeting space.
So if aside from the parchment, do you find anything else?
Nope.
Interesting.
If
Not immediately.
actually, if I click on the door, does it change?
Yep.
The lights for you to see and stuff?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep, it does. All right.
Okay.
So we are. I think
Is this window down here? Is that in the same room we're in?
Yes. So it's a way to
Okay.
look into the room without having gone inside of it.
Okay.
so. I will try and
Is there,
to this door.
is there any documents or anything on the table that?
There's that one
Yeah,
large
that-
parchment.
yeah.
There's the one large parchment that has information about the carnival and where people are positioned for tasks.
No. Can I take that?
Sure. Easy
Yeah,
enough.
yeah.
Okay.
Roll it up and you put it in your knapsack.
Okay.
Okay, Thorfinn, you make your way over to this door down here, and what you can hear people on the other side. There are you can hear boots, heavy boots that are slamming against the floor. You can hear a few people talking. We're like, oh man, this is gonna be so much fun tonight. It's gonna be awesome. And there's like, I think there's fireworks playing. It's gonna be nuts. We got some cool like weird creatures that he's gonna like release into the room, and then he's gonna like do like a fake fight. Oh man, I'm so excited. I haven't seen this part yet. Oh, I was missed it last time. I had the shits. It was awful.
All right. Seeing this is probably like I'm gonna go to this window and take a peek.
Okay, that's exactly what you're seeing. So inside of this room, you see there are 4 people. Hold on, I'm just gonna grab some pictures here. For the sake of argument, I am just going to use. Wait, what? PC pictures. No, I hate not having my stuff available to me right here. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna use the same picture. Use 4 of them. Okay, there's 1, 2. You can see another person near the bed, and then one person that's still laying on the bed. You can see 4 people that are in this room that have not noticed you and are completely engulfed in their own activities, doing their own tasks.
I want to check the door. I would like to look around to see if there's something I can jam the door with.
In the room that you're in, it's clean. Like, this is an immaculately clean hallway that you're going down. There's enough foot traffic here that you assume it's not gonna have debris or anything laying around.
All right.
Yeah.
So do we go ahead, Kanan?
Yeah, let's check the end of the hallway and see what's.
All right.
Okay, this door in front of you is open, and this is the bathroom. Effectively, it's got 3 holes on the end. It kind of reeks a little bit of urine and fecal matter, but the door is open.
That's
inside you can see.
do.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You can see a bathtub and then like a large circular like pool of water that people. Well, that'd be the bath, I'll say, whatever. And then there's a carpet on the floor, 3 holes for taking a dump in, and then there's a room beside you, right here, or a door, sorry. And you're not supposed to technically be able to see through that space, but that's fine for now.
All right. Take a peek at the door. Check if it's interactable.
It is locked. Yep.
Do I still need to do another set of hand?
Yep. You would have to do it again. Yes. You have to do another lockpick. Where the heck is the thing?
That's a 9. Yeah.
Hold on a second. Did that do it? Hold on. Where the heck? Hold on a second. I'm trying to see if I can. It's been so long that I forget how to do this.
Then figure it out.
Well, no shit. It doesn't matter. Okay, what did you get? Yeah, you go to try to do your lockpick on this one, and unfortunately you're not able to get anywhere with it.
Hey Kanan, I couldn't get it open. Oh wait, with thieves' tools, it should give me advantage, right?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Picking is actually a thieves' tool check, not a actually sleight of hand check, so it would be the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the exact same thing.
So, Kanan, I couldn't get it open. Would you like to give it a try?
Yeah, I could see if I can do anything with it.
Yep. I mean, you don't have any lockpicks to be able to try to lockpick this, unfortunately, but you are welcome to try 100%. Something.
It would just be a sleight of hand for me.
It would be well, I mean, what are you using to lockpick it with? Right? Like, you don't have lockpick tools.
No.
Strength, just jam it.
I don't really have a way to try to get in then and not cause too much of a commotion. So
you guys
maybe
can
we just
hear
go back
behind
to-
you. You can hear the door behind you unlock, and people are starting to move about. You can hear people starting to shuffle through the door.
We need to.
They need to, dip into the.
Okay. You can just from the corner of a door see that these people are starting to file out and make their way down the hallway.
Can't get in the damn door. There we go.
Alright. So I guess maybe let's check the room that they went out of.
That they came out of, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Was that all of them that came out, or was?
Yeah, you
tell
counted
me?
4. You counted 4 people.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of 4. Yeah.
You counted enough of them.
Okay, making your way into this room. This one is just entirely a quarters for people to sleep and just kind of hang out in. It's a very like a game-esque room where you can see like in the corner over here there is what would be the equivalent of a foosball but medieval edition. Like, you know what I mean? It's got like a bunch of pendulum axes and swords that are just like flaying out and about towards little tiny adventurers and tiny little like miniatures of monsters. And then in the center here, it's got like some dice and cards for people to play. It's got a nice fireplace here. One bed with 2 chests on the end for what looks to be like somebody of very importance or import to be staying, possibly a higher up ranking manager or maybe even higher up beyond that to sleep.
I start checking the chests and see if I can open it.
Yeah, they're unlocked. You can immediately like kind of feel the lid opens a little.
Alright. Check both 7 and see what's inside.
Okay, you open the first. I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw, please. As you start to hear a and then a very large puff of greenish like cloud releases, and we're going to take.
It's a saving throw, right?
Yep.
Saving check for dex. Regular.
Yeah, it's not a disadvantage. It's a saving throw. Okay, you're gonna take 7 points of acid or a poison damage as you begin to cough and it goes into your mouth, and that made a fair bit of noise from you coughing from this. But looking inside the chest, you can see clothes, and you also see 1 pouch of coin, and you're able to grab the coin and very quickly kind of gazing through it. It's got some gold pieces in there, some bronze and silver. I'll give that to you afterwards. Unless you want to sit here and count it, I can give it to you right now.
That's fine. Okay. It's like, oh shit, traps. I'm gonna check for traps for the other one.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
That
And
is
to
a
answer your
logical
question,
train
Yubo,
of thought.
it's been like your guys' conversation with the conductor was about 5 to 10 minutes with the beverages and everybody, and watching him do his thing with the crowd of people. So it's this is probably halfway through that at this point, with them going so slow and careful.
I'm gonna be at a disadvantage,
Yes.
and that's a +3, but still.
I mean,
man.
you're not sure if it is or isn't, but it is open.
It is open. See what's inside.
Yeah, you flip the door open. It is not trapped. Lucky for you. But
Just having you open the trap going first.
listen, man, the DM doesn't always trap every chest in your path. All right, I'm just saying, it's shit your luck that you pulled the first one that was trapped.
To be fair, it is a logical thing. That one was trapped. Why wouldn't the
Yeah.
other one right next to be
Yeah,
trapped?
I mean,
100%. That's a good thinking.
It's just unfortunate.
You look through the second chest, and you can see inside is just a bunch of papers, like scrolls that are just stacked on top of each other. Probably 40 or so of them. It's just a lot of paper, like old, like not like just records, effectively.
all right. Well, I suggest we try to make our way out because we don't have much of a way deeper in.
Okay. So we'd probably need to do this as stealthily as possible in case those people are lingering in front of us.
Okay, I need a new stealth roll from both of you. Its time has surpassed now in enough for you to warrant another.
Advantage. 15.
Okay.
7.
Okay. Alrighty. You guys are making your way out, you said?
Yes.
Okay. You guys continue your way out, and as you approach the door ahead up here, you begin to hear people inside of that space as well. This door would be closed because they would have closed it behind them. But, oh, hold on a second. I forgot that there is a little bit of lighting issue here as well.
Man, just make your maps better, man.
Oh yeah, 100%. Totally. It doesn't take me forever to do this at all. not at all. Sorry to apologize for trying to make this more fun and engaging for you guys.
What were you thinking?
Yeah, oh man, awful.
You think we're gonna appreciate anything? No, we're only gonna point out your faults. Get used to it.
100%. Okay, so making a way through, you are hearing voices on the other end of this hallway.
It's like, shit. I think that one's
That was.
we got people across. Yeah, if people blocking our way out. What do you want to do, Kanan?
Well, we really don't have too many options. Seeing how we couldn't get through the other way, and I believe that's our only exit. We could try to give it some time to see if they move on, or
Thorfinn,
Yes, I'm not-
as you guys are having this conversation right here, you begin to hear this door begin to like the handle begin to turn as
This
the
one?
door is about to. Yep, right here as it's about to open.
all right, let's go.
Yep. We rush in this room and try to hide under the beds, I guess.
Hey, give me new stealth checks.
Oh no.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I freaking love this map style now. This is so much more tense for everybody involved. Oh my god, it's so good. You have no idea what's happening.
Can't see anything. Oh no.
Fuck. I roll a 10.
Okay, all right. Door opens, and you guys watch as a person walks in, makes their way straight over to the table, and is kind of looking around, confused, and is like, "Did we take it? What the?" And he starts to look around and just like inspecting where the hell this is. He's looking underneath the table and whatnot, and and he's just like, "God, did Jimmy take it?" And he walks out and leaves.
God damn it, Jimmy.
Oh. That was a close one.
And then in the distance, you hear another door shut in this direction.
Okay.
I guess. So we've got to figure out a way to get out of here, and our only option is that door that is up top. I guess maybe.
Do we wait for people to? Because I know that they're gonna be busy. They're gonna be doing it for the event. They're probably gonna clear out. So should we just wait?
I think we should maybe try to go back to that door and see if it sounds like they're still in there or not.
Okay. Yeah.
Do
Okay.
that. Yeah.
This is just entertaining to watch.
This is terrifying to do.
Yeah, this is so good. I love this. Oh my god. This had every type of effect to it that I was hoping that it would. Oh my god. This is a GM's like wet dream right here. Okay, you make your way up to the door and
adventurer is hiding under a bed.
this went from D&D to a horror movie so fast. Oh man.
Metal Gear Solid here.
Yeah, it was. Swing. Oh no, I've been detected. You make your way up, and with your passive perception, Kanan, and actually Thorfinn, you do not hear any sounds on the other end.
Okay. I'll open the door and take a peek.
Yep. And as I narrated, it's clean. There's nobody in there.
Pretty sure.
The door,
checking.
the window is shut. Over here.
Okay. So we still have that one door we could peek in, or do you think we should go ahead and get back and like show them the map and where we can make
Yeah,
a game plan
I
a little
think
better?
we've been here for too long. We should
Okay.
get we can and regroup.
Okay.
At least we have like a blueprint of what the place looks like now. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, you guys open the window and are easily able to jump outside, no problems whatsoever, and you can go back and regroup with your allies.
That was terrifying.
That was.
Anyway, yeah.
Okay.
The music did not help.
Oh, the music was perfect. I wanted that. That was the ambiance. It was freaking phenomenal.
I should have muted Roll20 at this point.
You should have. You should have. Oh, I'm so pumped to use this for future too. Oh my god. You don't even know. Okay, yeah, so you guys are outside. You can see all the people roaming around. Nobody catches you guys making your way out of the window. Actually, there's literally like nobody in the back right now to begin with. They're all, their attention is towards the tents and whatnot to the right side. Yeah, the rest of your group would have made it out by now.
Just a moment.
Yes, Goldar.
Since we have the map right here and we walked straight in, can you give me more details on the lights I saw? Did you mean the green, purple, yellow, and so on?
Yeah.
So we are actually seeing right here.
Exactly. So it would have been like, yeah, exactly. The different colorations that you see, effectively, they're spaced out as is. I just didn't want to have to show the entire thing, but I can if you wanted to. But yeah.
Well, that's enough. That's pretty much what we saw when we entered.
That's exactly what you would have seen, yes. Yeah.
All right. So you mean that all of those different colorations were pretty much magic effects I saw?
Yep.
Of probably different schools because of the different coloring?
Nope, of the exact same school.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
Oh,
those were also transmutation then.
I don't think those are transmutation. But they are magically associated. We'll say they're illusion. No, that doesn't make any sense. Fuck, I don't care. I'm just gonna say magic. I don't know school. I'm sorry, man. I don't know what type of schools and stuff do what.
Yeah.
We're just gonna call it magic effects. That's a blanketed statement.
Is magic.
I'm just asking because abjuration is, for example, the alarm spell. So.
Oh, it is not abjuration. No, not abjuration.
That I get an
Big words. No.
Get an idea what it could have been, or if it is dangerous for us if we sneak peek again.
Yeah, it was not abjuration. It seemed like harmless magical effects. Let's put it that way.
All right.
This is right now.
He was like,
yeah, you guys are outside. The Armoire is with you. The Thorfinn, Kanan, you guys come out and you guys can look around for your allies. But you guys do you. It's in your hands now.
yeah. So I guess like we go and try to find and regroup with the guys if we're clear to connect interact with them and show them the map and like.
Okay, it's easy enough to do.
Where would we be at this point? Did we move away from the tent or like?
Well, you guys
in time.
The narration was that you guys were just now coming out of the conductor's home, and so you're pretty close to one another. We'll say roughly, just for the sake of time wise, that it was pretty similar, right? So you would have been able to meet one another like just by eye shot. You guys' passive perceptions are good enough that you can meet up and have a proper conversation before like.
Yeah, I would just wave them away essentially. Like I'm not interested and keep walking. You know, my idea behind it is essentially I don't want to be seen with people who were, you know.
Yeah, makes sense.
We should make our way at least towards town and where we are more out of sight.
Yeah, maybe go back to the chalice.
That will make sense.
Yeah.
That's where we're going anyway, so, you know.
So we'll go back to the chalice and like meet up.
Okay. Takes maybe 10 minutes maximum. You guys make your way over to the half full chalice. It is rammed. I mean, like, it's like a concert with the only pub around in town. It is just full to the brim of people inside. It is just a commotion. And interestingly enough, there are a variety of types of people here this time. You can see variety of races, number one. You can see tieflings, you can see dwarves, gnomes, humans, elves even. You can also see that a good collection of them are actually adventurers. You can see some that have blades that are sheathed in their back, some that have bows, some of magical potential with the robes and the drapings that they're wearing. But they're all currently doing their own thing in their own pods of friends, like friends that they came with or trying to mingle with one another. But it takes about a solid half an hour almost for you guys to be able to even get in to get a seat. But you make your way in and somebody does stop you and says, listen, hey, big guy, that thing, it's this is for people. This isn't for closets. We got enough of those. Gotta leave it outside, all right, bud?
Whatever stroke to
We have
carry
business
it.
here. We are expected to meet someone here for trade. Would it be okay exceptionally to to carry it in?
No,
We'll make
not
sure
really.
it doesn't take much space.
But what
It's
if I
a
buy a couple
big
drinks?
fucking closet, my guy. I mean, I don't know. We got people. This is for business. You can leave it outside. I'm sorry.
But what if I buy a couple drinks? Because I want a couple.
You can drink it outside with your armor. They ain't no. Listen, you see this? You see how many people? There's no space in here for you. What are you thinking? Leave it outside, or you can stay. Yeah, I didn't know what to tell
I'm
you.
not thinking.
Seems okay. He doesn't know how to address that. He's like, okay.
It's
What if we
like,
take a
but
room and
I'm
just
just
bring it to the
gonna, I'm
room?
just gonna take it inside anyway.
He does not allow it. I like outside of you physically removing him. He's basically saying no, you're not coming. He's like the bouncer effectively.
Well, Norbert, if you want,
My question is how he can bounce me.
Oh, like you're not forcing your way in. So he's just putting his hand on your chest. He's
That's
like,
true.
no.
Norbert,
We
would you
shouldn't
like
cause a
to stay
scene
with
and remove our standing with Rufus.
Yeah, currently, let's put outside. We're gonna need anyway to get Goldar out of view because his disguise is gonna wear off very quickly, and we don't want you to be seen with your disguise fading because the conductor could be alerted. So that's not.
We should just go over back and reapply, go to the armory, the hidden armory, and ask Rufus' attendant if he has any information, and then reapply the disguise.
Yeah, you can do that. You guys can do that. I can stay with the armor and just kind of reapply the disguise at will, since I can do that anyway. So that whenever the conductor arrive or send someone, at least somebody's gonna be
Wait.
here.
Can we get a room at the Chalice?
Yeah, of course. All of
And,
these places have bedrooms that you can rent. The half-full chalices is more for the low lives and like the really like slummish type of the area here. So the level of protection is questionable, and you don't really know what that could potentially yield. Yoser's Inn
Question is, who the hell's gonna pick it up?
No, it's not about that. It's about you guys for overnight. I'm talking about like your safety over time, right? Like when you're sleeping. Whereas Yoser's Inn is a little bit more of an established and higher end tavern and inn, so you can get a bit of a safer stay. Still not like of super protection, but still better.
I mean, we already said that we're going to be here for the conductor, so I think one of us should stay here at the Beverly's. We can check if we can have a room. The issue is the bouncer didn't want us to get the armor in anyway, so, we can't get it to the room, so there's no real gain for us to do that right now. My suggestion remains, I can stay here, try and chit-chat with people, and in the meantime, I'll just guard the armor so nobody tries to steal it.
Okay.
I'll leave the
Keep
imp in it.
Norbert with you.
I'll just
As
go
a
inside
deterrent.
and get a drink if possible.
Yeah, I'll
'cause,
fetch you some beer.
Can never have
That
enough
way-
ale.
Yeah, I mean, you guys were already headed in, right? Like by this time, you had waited long enough where you were being admitted entry, but the armoire is not. So it's being told to stay outside, and Norbak easy enough to make your way in. Goldar, you wanted to make your way around to the secret armory in the back.
Yes, I wanted to talk to Rufus, and I need to reapply or
Sure,
improve my disguise.
no problem.
It's a one-use thing. It was a one-use.
It is?
Yes.
From the carnival
Okay,
event.
then
Yeah.
I need to stand out of sight. Then I need to stand out of sight. Well, I still want to talk to Rufus' attendants. He may have some information for us.
You make your way to the back. There is nobody back there. The storeroom itself is pretty empty, but you can hear a lot of noise on the other end. Outside of people coming in and out every once in a while, there's really nothing too crazy happening. You go, pull the secret lever, and there's nobody in the room. You know from the last time that Rufus had left and that you had asked his cronies to go and gain information from him. So they're not available. The room is empty, but it is available to stay in if you wish.
No, I don't really have anything to gain if I stay inside. So I will just go back or get to the other side of the what is it called? The chalice, and stay out of sight on the other side of the street.
Okay.
Pretty much just a lookout or something.
So, what information do we get? Like, for example, like we do have a layout on the area on from the map, but like what?
And
do you
I
mean,
think,
like,
I think he said it
We
also
should
had
share information.
position
Yeah, position.
of employees.
Yeah. So looking at the document that you got from the room, you can see the entire layout of the. Let's go back to it just so you guys can see it. The entire layout of the carnival, and you can tell immediately that the main office itself does not have anybody in it. Or like nobody specifically outside of one person at the main door. Nobody is positioned at the main office in the back for the conductor. The tent itself, however, you could tell that the artifact room has probably close to 20 personnel that are responsible to be inside. Every single display, his collection of creatures, his menagerie, has 5 people positioned at each one. The artifacts have 3 people positioned each one that is the entrance coming in and out. The main, just the event itself, the conductor is meant to be there. And then through the crowd itself, you can count close to 25 or so. And it also states on there a small little message box that says at halfway through the event, half of those 25 are meant to leave and go block the entrance and exit of the tent. Specifically repositioned to those locations. You can also tell that in the back, there are only like 4, I'd say 3 or 4, I'm gonna say specifically 4 people in the back. One that tends to the small little creatures that are like the little animal things. One that's in the back, I'm just gonna say is like makeup artists, and 2 just working hands doing things.
And this is like during the event, right? Like halfway through the event.
Yep, this is halfway through the actual event that's meant to happen by the conductor.
Well, that's not good.
That doesn't sound good.
of people.
That's a big number.
But
Yeah,
the
I'd rather
office,
not
like,
kill
the
anyone.
office, the quarters is gonna be empty. If you guys like wanna, like, the only thing we need to worry about, based on what I remember, is the spider that we saw when we visited the office.
I mean, I think it's an idea.
My question is why they would block entrance and exit.
Yeah.
Like, what are they gonna do to the crowd or something? I don't know. They're gonna do something. It's probably not gonna be good. What? I don't know.
So what's the suggestion here? Do we try and stop the conductor before the event? If he's not there, nothing can happen, right? So, is there any details of what the ceremony with the night is gonna happen?
No, this seems to be like somebody who's responsible for shift work. They're just planning out everybody's shift.
Okay.
So all we know right now is there's some kind of special event or something is planned from what Thorfinn and Kanan overheard.
Yep. And you guys also
Yeah.
heard.
I wonder,
oh, that's right.
I wonder if we could maybe find one of those employees that's stationed to like block the entrance or something like that, and maybe question them about
I mean,
what
one
they were
thing we
told,
could
why to
do,
block it.
I could try to disguise myself as the conductor and try to ask him, kind of in a test way, if you will, like trying to test him. Hey, what's your role tonight? Are you sure you know what you have to do? Just to kind of probe him and get some information, while also kind of staying in character where he feels like he's being like grilled a little bit for like his job essentially, but not from the real conductor. Just to try and fetch some information.
That could work.
That could work, yes.
I guess while you do that,
I said, but when are you supposed to be meeting with the conductor?
We don't
Yeah,
know
he
for
should
sure.
be here
In a couple of
shortly.
hours.
Should be shortly.
Because that.
Well,
He said to give him a
Because that's
few hours
Friday.
to come over.
Okay.
I
So
guess
you should have time to be able to do some questioning before having to meet with him.
I don't think so.
We could do
Maybe.
it before. It's a little bit riskier. We could wait for him to be here, see if he has anything interesting to trade, and while he's going back, when he gets inside, we can kind of sneak behind him, just see, if he's inside and not like, having somebody like kind of watch the door, and then I can apply the disguise and try to talk to someone.
yeah, that sounds safer.
Yeah, in that case, like during your meet with the conductor, I guess I suggest me and Kanan hide with the crowd, like
Try to
Just-
blend in
blend in.
and just observe.
I'm just gonna keep trying to drink until I'm drunk.
It's a good plan.
That's gonna take you a minute. Somebody's gonna be out of money.
Don't worry about it. It'll be very worth it. Trust me.
Well, at least at the chalice it's cheap.
And it's his money, you know. So
I see no problem with this. As long as I can buy ale and food, I'm happy.
The half full chalice, you know, historically is extremely cheap. It is watered down and very, very poorly crafted ale. It is not delicious by any stretch of the imagination. It gets the job done though, right? If the goal is to get drunk, this is why people come here. This is why like it's in the slums and it's so like ran down because they're able to charge low
exactly
prices.
what I'm trying to do.
Exactly. So for depending on how long you take or want to stay here, we can easily say you use this much money to get this much, like, you know, further down the track. I'll make you do a constitution check to see if you are drunk. But you let me know how much you want to spend, right? So just for reference for you, you know that the half full chalice only costs 2 copper coins to get a mug. So you do your math.
I'm willing to spend up to fucking 20 or so gold just on
Holy shit.
ale.
Okay.
For a mug, just to blend in. Because like we can't be the kind. Where,
Easy
like,
enough. Yeah. Are talking over the course of this previous half an hour, the good majority of the groups that have come in here independent of one another have almost created this like entourage where they're all planning to go to the Obsidian Tower close to Mirror's Lake, and they're all talking about, yeah, we're gonna give it our best. We're gonna try to go and get into that tower. Well, today's the day that it gets conquered. And they're all just like, you know, a bunch of like gym bros that are just chest bumping each other and just like hyping their own egos up. There's a bunch of women a part of that as well. They're all equally as like gung-ho about this and partaking in the very large level of energy that's being exuded here. Norback, you have no problem. You're hammering it down. We'll say you're 3 gold in at this point. You're literally just like line them up and you're just chugging them, going down the line. At one point you think you're gonna throw up, but you're like, I'm better than that. You punch your chest and you're like, you're golden. You're crushed, and everybody's like, when is this guy gonna stop? And just you can hear some women be like, where does he put
That's
it?
the point. I don't.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, when is he gonna stop? That's the fun part. I don't.
Yeah, so that's what you're doing. Thorfinn, you're just kind of people watching right now. Yeah, you're people watching. Go, Yubo, you're outside with the armoire, and after a little bit of time,
in disguise, yes.
Yes, yeah. After a little bit of time goes by, I'm gonna say about another 25 minutes. The conductor does make his way over, but you see, he comes over with an umbrella. It's not like lavish umbrella. It's a very simple, like a ocean blue, dark ocean blue, and it's just holding it. Comes walking over, and he says, "Okay, man. Not gonna lie to you, that was an extremely difficult thing to try and understand, to try and price point, specifically because I don't really have a price for it. But at my current,
it's very hard to put a price on such an item, to be perfectly honest, sir.
oh, sir, that's what I'm telling you, 100%. But from what I can, would you be interested in monetary exchange? I have a plethora of coin that I can exchange for this.
On peut toujours s'entendre, évidemment. Of course, you know, we need to agree on an interesting price. What do you have in mind?
Well, how about we do? Oh, okay. Says, I am prepared to give you 1,000 gold for this today, right now.
1,000. It's interesting. I will definitely have to talk to my associate. Would you be able to do 1,250? It is a priceless relic.
Well, make a persuasion check. He kind of like rubs his face and he's thinking about it. I will say this, that the DC is higher because of your previous interaction with him.
Okay. Persuasion. I don't remember if, as an actor, I can do it at advantage or not. I don't remember. Let me check. I know it's
You have deception and performance
in the
advantage.
session. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Perfect. Roll it with advantage.
Oh, it's perception right now, right?
No, persuasion.
Oh, persuasion. Okay.
Did you do? Yeah. You did. He
Oh, it's
says,
10. Jesus Christ.
unfortunately, it's not doable. My money's a little distributed, as you can imagine, paying so many people so much to display and get set up. But I do have 1,000 to dispose of.
Okay. I'm willing to do that trade.
Okay. He says, well, I mean,
How do you want it to be fetched at your residence?
well, if you
Or storage area.
give me about 10 minutes, I did not expect you to accept the offer right now, but how about I come back in 10 minutes? I'll have some of my workers come and pick this up and transport it back. And in the meantime, you can stick around, possibly.
Yeah, I'll wait here.
Lovely. So he leaves and he'll be back in 10 minutes. If you want to do something
Okay.
else.
I
in the
tried
meantime.
to wave the guys to tell them the situation, essentially. See if they in agreement with the price, even though we agreed. I mean, I agreed. Just to make sure everybody's on the same page here.
Well, it's not pretty a combat item. I don't know what we could have gotten on a merchant, but we already agreed, so it's fine. Do you want to send your imp into the armory now?
Yeah. I'll leave the imp inside, hidden, invisible. I'll do it with stealth.
Let me overcharge it.
All right.
Alright, that's not gonna help much.
And it was a dice. Is it 4 or what is it? Yeah. Okay. And the imp has. I need to find it again. Sorry, I'm not ready. I think it's +5 for stealth.
Plus 5. Oh, okay. All right. I thought it was just a flat
11,
6. I was going to say,
14.
yikes. 14.
I think
Okay.
+5 on top of that, so
All right.
plus the 3. So
All right, no problem. All right, he is in there and awaiting further commands. Just kind of talking to himself and doing his own thing. Okay, so 10 minutes goes by. Unless the group wants to do something specific over that time, the conductor will come back and conclude.
What time is it?
I'll just keep drinking.
Time-wise, during the daytime-wise, it's probably like about an hour and a half past noon, just about. It's not super duper late in the day. So there's about 4 to 5 hours left to get to the carnival event or the conductor.
right now I'll refresh my disguise just to be sure that it doesn't fade off at an impromptu moment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I'll just
since
wait.
he will be back, I'm also just going out of sight. And I guess we are gonna grab food later at some stands.
Sure.
I mean, you guys should be ready to kind of sneak from afar, see what happens. Be ready for, because I'm going to be trying to talk to an employee, right? So, like, be sure to be, follow the group and make sure that the conductor stays inside, essentially.
We'll be, at least I will be sneakily, like stealthily, just patrolling or like roaming with the group, but like, just out of sight.
Yeah, sure. Well, you just use your passive stealth for that. That's not too big of a deal. What is your stealth modifier?
Yeah,
+8.
+8. Okay. We'll just use your passive for the purposes of this. You're just staying off to the side of the group. Okay, 10 minutes passes by. The conductor comes back with 6 of his employees, and he basically has them turn the armoire to the side so that they can carry it, basically like a coffin almost. And they're walking away, and right as they turn it sideways, they hear a thud inside, and they're like, "The hell?" And the conductor looks over, and he's like, "Did you leave anything in there by accident?" And he has them like open the doors in the front to look, and they're like, "No, it looks clean, boss." And shut the lid and says, "All right." Takes out a coin pouch, hands it to you. It's fairly heavy, and you are 1,000 gold richer. And he says, "Thank you so much for this extremely lovely artifact. If you find anything else, you know who to go to. I'll see you next time." And
I will.
walks away with the armoire with his little worker buddies.
Essentially, I'll follow from afar. Also, since I kind of want to stay in contact with the imp as much as possible.
Yeah, they go in. You lose sight of where they're taking it. Like you follow them all the way back to the office.
Yeah, with the big crowd everywhere, it shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, it's really not. It's really not.
Oh, too late now. So yeah, I mean, do we? What's the plan here? Do we wait for the event to happen? How do we want to approach this?
Well, now that we're close to the, I mean, at this point we walk with the conductor and the employee, so I'm gonna go into another bush. I mean, I'm gonna do my bush business. I'm gonna disguise myself as a conductor. I heard him talk enough that I can mimic him, and so I'm gonna try and interrogate essentially an employee.
You're just gonna physically talk to an employee.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not under duress or anything like that.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to kind of like question him about what he's expected to do, that and of things that I know that he's gonna do. You know what I mean? Like trying to see if he knows his job, basically.
Yeah. I mean, it's easy enough. Like he goes and he's like, you're disguised as a conductor, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's very direct. He says, "Yes, sir. I from my understanding, I am meant to go and be in the watching the mermaid specifically for tonight. Unless you need anything else from me, that's what I plan to do. That's
no,
okay.
I don't need anything else for you. I just want to make sure that you understand. You know, tell me exactly what's gonna happen tonight. I want to make sure that it's clear for you.
Right.
The
So
entirety of the ceremony and everything that happens tonight. I mean, as much as you can.
I mean, Lemon has only
See
told
this
me.
as an evaluation. See this as an evaluation.
Sure, not a problem. But as far as my understanding from what Lemon told me, we're meant to go from the tent from your office. He's like stuttering. He's really nervous. He's like from your office. We're meant to go make sure the animals are okay. They're not too rowdy, and then from there set all the chairs up. Make sure they're fully spaced out, and get as many people in there tonight. So we got to really squeeze those chairs in side by side. I know that Carmen the other day he got in trouble for just not spacing them out. I apologize. Carmen just I'm better. So then go to the artifact.
It's okay. Relax. You don't need to panic. There's no reason to panic.
Okay.
I just want to make sure
Sorry.
that everything goes well. It's a big night. It's a big night.
There's
so
a lot.
I want to
Sorry.
make sure that it's clear for you.
He's like, so then I go and we're meant to meet at the artifact room, and then Lemon is supposed to tell every person where they're supposed to be. But my understanding is I'm supposed to be watching the mermaid, and I'm not supposed to let her come out of the water tonight or look at anybody in the eye directly. That's all Lemon's told me. So that's it.
That's good. What's your name?
Sorry. My name is Renaud.
Thank you, Renaud. I'll make sure to consider you for the next round of raises. You did a good job today.
Oh my gosh. Oh, thank you. He reaches out for a handshake. He's like, oh, thank you so much, sir.
And I do not shake his hand.
That's one of those things that you do when you meet a celebrity and you're hoping for a high five and he doesn't get it. He's super disappointed. He's like, oh. Okay.
I shake his hand with a mage hand.
He's confused and he's like, okay.
Thank you. That's how I shake hands. Do you know who's in charge of guarding the artifacts tonight? I didn't get a chance to see the roster, so I'm trying to get some information here.
He kind of looks at you confused. And
I can ask Lemon, of course, but I want to make sure.
He's extremely confused at that question, and he kind of raises an eyebrow, and then he says, I think it's like I can't remember his name off the top of my head. I'll have to go and ask. I can come and tell you in a minute.
Sure,
I'll
if you
go
can
ask.
do that.
Sure. He goes off.
Thank you.
And we'll be back in a minute. Who was the contact you guys had in the?
I forget.
I wrote the name
guy
down,
who
but I
was
don't know what
doing
it
the
is.
tour.
Yeah,
Thomas.
Thomas, that's who it
Thomas,
was.
yeah.
Yeah,
Thomas, yeah.
He comes back. He says Thomas is supposed to be is in charge of the entry and the entry, like the front, the door costs, and to make sure that we're all positioned correctly and following the protocol for tonight's show, for that section at least.
Thank you. Can you fetch it for me?
Fetch what?
Thomas, can you fetch Thomas for me?
Oh, yeah, sure, no problem. He says I don't know where he is though. I mean, he's probably roaming around like everybody else. I don't know.
Okay, it's okay. I'll try to look for him. Thank you very
Okay.
much.
All right. Have a good day, boss. And he kind of like goes off and does his own thing, or continues to do what he's
This
supposed
poor employee is just having like a fucking heart attack as his boss shows up.
to. Pretty much exactly. Isn't that gonna unchecked? Yeah. On the spot, like review. Like I don't know what to do.
It's like pop quiz.
Hey, if you're ready to do your job, you'll be fine.
Exactly.
All right, so I showed the rest of the group what happened. I'm dropping my disguise. I go away a little bit. I drop my disguise. I go back with the group and I tell them what I know, which is honestly not much. At this point, guys, what do you guys want to do? Do you want to wait for the event and sneak in? Do you want what do you want to do?
Oh, okay. What are we?
Well,
actually trying- yeah.
Well, when we first entered, then we got a hint that in the lower right room we saw the green rope. And that's probably where we will find more information, so we can try to bust that thing, but it's certainly not in our favor. We should
that's the
definitely
thing.
try to get more information from the tent.
We know based on that the parchment that the office is gonna be empty except for that spider. Now we can try and steal it while it's still clear.
Well, we have the imp in, so we can at least have him try to
Access
roam
point.
around and find something. He is invisible, and yeah, he needs a new stealth check anyway. And with your telepathic connection, you can actually see through his eyes too. So if we are near the office,
I
you
do
should
not.
be able to see everything.
I do not
You
have
don't?
this invocation. No, the imp needs to report to me to tell me what happens.
No, that's a find familiar thing.
Maybe I don't recall. I thought it was specifically one of the invocations.
For what?
While you are
Seeing through the
familiar
eyes of my
within
familiar.
To communicate like mentally. Right?
No, that is
Right.
a telepathic link to your familiar is
Oh
directly
yeah, you're
built
right.
into the
You're right.
spell.
100 feet.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you have to be within 100 feet of it.
Okay. So I mean, at this point, I would be near the, the office.
That's right. Hold on. That being said, you lose connection with your imp when they went inside of his office.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have
Okay.
a connection with him. The minute it went inside the office, you lost connection with him.
Okay.
so
That's important. Then
it's-
I would share that with the team that I would definitely like to be in there at least stealthily to be able to know. I have more information with using the imp.
That also means that this tent is not actually just in magic expansion or something, but it's an actual different plane.
Yes.
I have to run to the bathroom. You guys keep planning. Give me 2 seconds, okay?
Okay.
guys keep playing.
Goldar, like,
Terrible.
do you have
yeah.
any idea like what those magic detections you picked up?
Yeah, not really. I picked up a lot of magic, especially on the conductor with different magic tools, and around the entire room, pretty much everywhere was magic, and more magic. I didn't pick anything especially dangerous or alarming, but at least when we are facing the conductor in combat or something, then we should definitely be careful, because he certainly has a lot of items that will help him.
So as
We
far
may
as,
actually
like,
have to...
I was
if we
gonna say,
fight
as
him,
far
we
as
may-
like time goes, like, how concerned are we about him locking in the people if he'll do something there, or if that's just a procedure of the, like, do we need to hurry up and try to get in and take care of things, or are we gonna wait until the show's actually started?
I would prefer to do it before, to be perfectly honest.
Okay.
This is concerning to me. The fact that they want to kind of lock people in. with the type of sacrifice that we saw in the sewer earlier, if he's even remotely related to this, who knows what he's gonna do in here.
Okay.
Yeah, he may very well use his abominations he has chained there as part of the sacrifice or something. So, I mean, causing the sacrifice.
We should probably get Norvac, because that dude is still drinking. We should go and get him before...
No, I want more. I will keep
Novak,
drinking until they run out of ale.
Alright, so I have to wait for Vavin, but...
Yeah. Wait. So would you like to get him outside of the office, away from the spider, while he's on backstage? But it's probably gonna be filled with people.
We could intercept him between his office and the tent itself.
I mean, so set up an ambush or something. Yeah.
Basically, yeah. It could be an option, but it's very drastic.
And it's gonna cause a big ruckus. So it would probably be best to still go into the tent.
So like right around here. Set an ambush right around here. So we're gonna have the DM create a map on the outskirts.
You want me to do what now?
we don't necessarily need to. It's just an option we're thinking about.
Yeah, it's an option. So we're thinking about ambushing the conductor.
The conductor from
in
his
between
office
the office to the backstage. Yeah, like before he gets to the tent. Yeah.
Right now, what I would like to do is talk to the barkeeper of the Chalice to try and ask him to stop feeding Norvac so many beers. Because this is getting untenable, and we need our fucking barbarian into this fight.
Norvac, give me another Constitution check.
Is it drunk yet? I think it's.
Oh, it's nothing. You're at this point. You're more fighting the urge to just pee yourself than you are the actual getting drunk part. Like you've consumed an ungodly amount of liquid, and everybody is literally like people at the bar have basically at this point stopped ordering drinks because you've basically told the bartender to line the bar up from start to end, and you're systematically going from mug to mug to mug, and people are like, "What the? Huh?" They're just confused.
It's like more. It's like I finished the last mug of the bar, and I just slammed my hands on the bar like more.
Yeah.
I'm talking to the barkeeper, and I'm like, look, this guy can get pretty aggro when he drinks a lot. I would highly recommend that you stop. Anyway,
I'll get aggro if you don't give me drinks. How about that?
Can't even pay. Because he's just using all the space, so I'm sure you can find other business.
Well, just think, just tell Norback, we got a job to do. Is that enough to convince him to get out of drinking?
What? What?
We got something to do. We got a job to do.
Yeah.
But I want more ale. I want to drink until I'm drunk.
We can get more ale after the job.
I will buy the rounds of ale.
I want to do it
after.
now.
And we can get more after we do the job. We get more cash to buy more ale. How does that sound? And here's the thing. Just to convince you. You see, you've been drinking piss ass ale. Now, remember the ale that you had at the other tavern, which costs a lot. Now, once we get more cash,
expensive.
Yeah, very expensive. Now we need to get more cash for us to get the good ale for you, right? So we need to do this job. We need to go.
The orphan need to roll a persuasion.
He's making a good point.
He is making a pretty good point.
One last mug.
It's entirely up to I don't want to do rolls against the group just because it's more RP. It's fun that way.
I'll take one last mug and then I'll go.
All right.
The barkeep is listening to Yubo tell him things, and then he looks over and he kind of nods at you, Yubo, and at the same time, Norback, you come here and like, one more, and he's like, looks over at Yubo, looks at you, and he's like, you know what?
Yeah, it's okay.
You look. Oh, he's like, yeah, he's like, I wasn't looking for permission. I'm just acknowledging what we just talked about. But he's like, yeah, I'll one more. You look like you're in full sorts and control of yourself. It's fine, but watch yourself. I don't want to get too rowdy.
That's the astonishing part. Is like how, where.
Yeah, he gives you one more ale, and he's like, "That's it. You're cut off for now, my man. It's still like noon.
man.
You got a whole day."
Based on Norback's math, he's consumed like 100 mugs of ale, and it doesn't
Probably
do anything
more.
for him.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, yeah.
the 2 gold is part of it. Is I automatically put in your tip fee. Let's be real.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
So that includes your tip.
At this point, I think I've drank enough to like kill a fucking horse.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%. That goes without saying.
Yeah, that's too much water for a human being.
Like, how are you alive?
far.
More ale.
Oh yeah, that's definitely happened. But regardless, you're doing fine. You're not dead, which is kind of nice. But
I just find it astonishing. The one time I roll well in Constitution, it's when I'm doing something stupid by just drinking so much goddamn beer.
that's pretty much how it is. There's actually like full out like drinking contests that you'll have with certain NPCs and stuff. It's really cool.
I think I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I think you gotta find the
practice.
right people for it, but yes, that will happen. Okay, so you guys finish up. Norback, you are still feeling okay. You're in control of yourself, but you need to go to the bathroom like hella bad. Like it's a
It's like,
problem.
alright,
He's in
wait.
control of
It's
himself.
like
but doesn't
before I
matter.
continue, I really need to go. Like that was a lot of ale. A lot of ale. I'll probably just like go off into like
I like to imagine he
something
just
and
looks
take
pregnant.
a giant
basically.
piss.
That's pretty much it. Yeah, he's able to retain it. His stomach is extremely bloated, but you are probably gone and have a steady stream for a solid minute and a half. It is ridiculous. It's absolutely wild. And
Did I just piss like 10 gallons or some
you
shit?
did. You finish up. You make your way back to the group, and all you guys see is this what looks to be like a pipe burst in this alleyway as this water is just constantly making its way down into the street. People are stepping on it. It's just getting everyone's boots and just being tracked everywhere. It's gross. You can smell it. It's awful. But you feel better.
This is fucking great.
You feel better.
I feel much better. Now we can go get more money for ale.
So what is the plan?
I
We
mean,
need to figure out what to do here.
at least now we got our party member back. So whatever
Right,
it
we
is,
have
at
the
least-
team.
Yeah, we have
Let's
the team
figure out
back.
what we do with the team now. Do you guys feel confident sneaking in? Do you guys want to wait? I'm not confident of waiting before the event starts at this point because we don't know what's gonna happen. And yeah, as we said earlier, if this is kind of a mass sacrifice type thing, we need to be on top of it.
Yeah, we should definitely sneak in and get more information. And pretty much as soon as possible.
Yeah, we should look around, see if we can open the window, get in, and maybe I'll be able to reconnect with the imp once I'm inside.
All right.
Yeah, unless it was killed, you should definitely.
Yep.
Okay.
So I need a direct course of action because from this point to when the actual activities of the carnival or his act is to begin is like 4 hours.
We are doing it now, right?
So what are we doing?
We're sneaking out back where the window was, and we tried to open the window.
Okay, sure, no problem. You guys make your way over to the back of the room. The window is open still. It is not locked. You are able to make your way inside if you guys want to go in one at a time. At the current moment, that room is not full of anybody. There's nobody in it.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you reconnect the moment you stick your head in?
What do you mean?
Uh,
with
with
the
the-
imp?
Yeah.
Let me check.
Yes.
But
No.
to stealth, getting back in.
You cannot seem to connect with your imp the minute you get your head in there. I'll
So
move you
it's
guys over in a
further
second.
away from that.
Or it's in another plane again, or something.
Oh yeah.
Or you did. I don't know.
I mean, maybe. So at this point, well, I'm sorry. I'm gonna try and sneak in. Do you want to have a map?
I need everybody to give me stealth checks if you guys are sneaking in.
Yep.
Oh, they have beds here? Man, I was getting sleepy. I'm kidding.
I'm using guidance for myself, obviously.
Okay. Remember, those of you wearing a heavy armor have disadvantage.
I roll a 16.
Oh, right.
Roll a 16.
It does.
So no
Wait,
back.
doesn't scale? Does scale mail give you disadvantage?
I believe so.
Yes.
Yeah. All armor beyond, I think, except for one, is okay. Already.
Well, I gotta roll another stealth thing. See if it's longer. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess
I'm not
stealth
stealthy.
then.
Okay, you guys all come into this room. Some of you stumble your way through the door and like slam into the bed as you come up, and like you can hear some of the springs that are creaking from your landing. But you guys are in this room right now, and both doors to your left and directly ahead of you are closed. There's a second door on the other end that's closed.
Y'all go ahead. I'm just gonna lay here for a bit.
I want to check for any traps or anything.
Okay, investigation check, please.
Yep.
Thorfinn, you're looking down those hallways. Same thing. You know where the doors are. You know everything that's going on. Why is this not? Okay, you investigate this door here, and it seems to be completely fine. It's a regular door. It's not even locked. Okay, as described to you prior by Kanan and Thorfinn, this seems to be a storeroom. A lot of barrels, a lot of sacks. You imagine potatoes, grain. There's also a large keg on the side right here for possibly ale, and another door at the end here that leads to another space.
Someone say ale.
I can't drag. It's fucking annoying. Okay. I want to inspect the keg.
Hit.
Or is it the same investigation that just...
Yeah, we'll keep the same investigation. It's just regular ale. It's very cheap honey mead, we'll say, and nothing special. Got a
Hey,
sticky,
Novak, you want a sip?
lot of sticky residue.
I will run over and just pick up the whole keg.
It's like bolted to the floor type of thing. It is, well, it was not bolted, but it's heavy. You're struggling to pick it up right now. It's
Just
large
put your
and
hand
a
underneath
lot
it.
Do
of
and
that
drink
later. You can do it later when we leave.
Fine.
You can still sample it and tell us if it's good stuff.
With what? My hand? Or just lay
Just
under
put
and
your
open the
face
fucking-
underneath the faucet.
Yeah, it has a spout that is at the bottom.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna put my head into the faucet and just
I
open
mean, that's
it.
perfectly in character
It's
with
nice.
you, right?
Yeah, it's very nice. It's sweet and it tastes pretty decent. But okay, so making your way to this door, Thorfinn, as you're about to interact with it, Yubo, your passive perception immediately picks up that there are people on the other side. You can hear people talking. You can also hear a lot of metal like clanking together. You're not sure what's happening, but you know there's somebody on the other side. If
To
not more.
whisper to Thorfinn to slow down. There might be someone at the other
Yeah,
end.
I'm just here. I don't even like open the door yet. So wait. What do you want me to do?
We could look for other ways. No, we don't have to go through this door.
I know there was like a door that I tried to open earlier. Maybe I can try again. If it's
Yeah,
clear.
sure.
Okay, let me go ahead.
I freaking love this. I can't stop saying it, but I love this. I love the whole dungeon thing. You guys actually just move around. I don't have to do anything. You just tell me what you're gonna do when you get there. This door is open when you're approaching
I slowly just approach this and like slowly take a peek to see if anyone's inside.
it. No one is inside.
Alright.
Same thing. Doors open. No one's inside this room either.
Alright.
Oh, is that a big bed?
Yep, same thing. This is the lavatory. No one's inside.
Just double checking the lavatory just in case. Okay.
Yeah, the lavatory is still a lavatory. It
still
hasn't
empty.
transformed.
Now I will try this time again with the thieves tools.
Okay.
You could also let me try.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
if I fail,
Both
if I fail.
times.
Yeah, you do have it.
How many tools do you
I
have?
roll a
All of them.
team.
A 14. You're
That's a +1.
Oh, okay. You're able to unlock it.
Alright.
The door is unlocked. Inside the room, you see there are 3 extremely lavish beds. They have orange drapings all across them, and in the very middle here is a absolutely beautiful display, like a fireplace with an incredible mantle that's been carved what looks like by hand. It's all made out of ivory, and it's phenomenal. It really is. The edges have rams with the horns curled and beautiful. You've got extremely lavish and high-end cushions that are sitting here in front, as well people are just sitting there to watch and enjoy the flames. On the far end right here, there is a table that is placed, and on it, you can see there are multiple parchments that are laid on top of one another. But you don't know what they are from where you are right now. Other than that, there's nothing else in this room.
Yeah. First of all, before I move, I will try to do a perception check for enemy visible traps.
Okay. That's in perception check. You're visually seeing if there's any traps.
Yeah, just from where I am. Advantage.
You don't see any traps.
Alright.
I'm just gonna, lay on the bed.
It's extremely comfortable. Like, you sink right in the middle, and it's almost like all the cushions fold in around you. It's lovely.
Is that very comfy? It's like, where's comfy?
Okay.
Alright, so
I'm
we
gonna have
already
the
know
other
what we're
guys.
looking for at this point, right? We're just like looking around. So what you guys
Yeah.
want to do?
Oh, I mean, can you connect with your imp?
I'm assuming no, but
Oh, during that whole time, you would have not been able to connect with it.
okay.
All right, then let's check those parchments. What's on it?
Yeah.
Maybe it's some information
I will
is
keep
in
a
there.
lookout, like right over by this door, so I can duck in if.
Sure, no problem. I will also say that the pouch that you found earlier, Thorfinn, in the chest had I'll type it out. I forgot to mention it because we got immediately moved forward, and 41 bonds. That's what was in that pouch that you found. Okay, so no Goldier, give me an investigation check, please, for these papers.
Ooh, nice.
Wow, I get a completely different die roll than what you roll. It's hilarious. Okay.
Yeah, the
that
3D
is-
die is weirdly enough something different.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So you start to go through these papers, and it becomes extremely clear to you that whoever is positioned in this room has a very high position in authority among the working people underneath the conductor, possibly even his right hand people that stay in this room. The first parchment on top has very similar information than what you guys reviewed in the other document. The difference here, however, hold on a second. Let me turn this off because it's not adventure time. It says, what you discern immediately is there's something different here. It has separate boxes positioned all around. The first thing that catches your eye, because you're already intrigued, for the menagerie of like the mermaids and then the other animals that he had. And that the artifacts are left as is. No one is meant to be inside of there. That's what you learn. The other thing you learn,
At what time did you say?
halfway through. Did I cut out again?
For me,
internet,
it was very stuttery, but I don't know
It
if
was like your
right.
internet was having a
Yeah.
struggle there for a second, not the
Yeah.
usual
well-
cutout.
Okay.
Was actually having thought mine was the problem right now because
No.
my stream was buffering.
The internet has been struggling since we had that ice storm come through, and it shut
To
my.
be
my
fair,
stream.
your microphone has been doing great.
I uninstalled Discord and reinstalled it, so maybe it'll fix the problem. Knock on.
Great idea.
I mean,
Not
we
wood.
haven't had that problem yet.
Everybody knock on wood right now. Anyways, okay, so you learn this about the artifact space. You also learn that in the main chamber for his act, the first half of the act is him actually casting a ritual. It's him casting a 1 hour long ritual that is meant to take full effect after that fact. And it doesn't say anything about the specifics of what it is, but all this says in there is that all the half of the workers inside the tent have to position out to the edges and make sure nobody is allowed in and nobody is allowed out. That's it. They're expecting a full house of people inside. All the chairs are meant to be full, and he's casting a ritual of sorts.
Just to clarify the first part, the guard for the artifact room is expected to let the beast out at the mid section of the ceremony. Is that what I
they're
heard?
expected to unlock the cages for the menagerie and midway through the act, and then walk away. They're meant to leave them unguarded and just be gone.
Right. I don't think that's good, guys.
That's not good.
I would say we need to stop whatever is going on very quickly.
Yes, I mean, the ritual is easy to interrupt, but the thing is, we, have to actually do it inside physically.
Always stop him before the event.
Yeah, or
That, yes.
that's also like I can also like hide, where I can actually observe the guard that's supposed to the guard is the one that's guarding the artifact that's supposed to unlock the cages, and deal with them when necessary.
We could also I could be disguised as the conductor, go on scene a little bit before him and try to warn people of something. That could be an alternative, technically speaking. Like, we do have some proof that something is gonna happen at this point, where they plan on releasing the menagerie, which is extremely dangerous. I'm sure people will not want to be there. We could disrupt it this way, though I don't think it's the best idea, but it's an idea.
If we can't stop it before, we can just set fire to the tent or something, and everyone will run.
So you might could
Will burn
tell
everyone.
Might could tell Thomas, since he's the one in that, or wait, he's not the beast room, he's in the artifacts, isn't he?
I think
It's the same
yes,
thing.
that's-
The artifact and the beast room is exactly the same thing. The exhibit begins with the
Yeah.
beasts, the menagerie of creatures, and then progresses towards the artifacts thereafter and closes its loop back at the entrance.
So you might could tell him to disregard that and not release the beast.
Yeah, or he might just report to his
So-
boss that people are snooping around. I think it's pretty risky to do, since he's the guard. Well, one of the guard is going to be involved in the process. He's already aware that he's going to be releasing the beast and leaving. Like, it's...
Yeah, it's actually
At this
weird
point,
that
he's
they are
complicit.
playing along, because as far as I remember, most of them were hired here, so it's weird that they all accept stuff like that. So they may all be under some kind of influence too. It could be dangerous.
I say we just confront the conductor directly at this point. We have proof. We can try and sneak in a little bit more if we want, but I think at this point we need to confront them. We have proof of something weird. We are all basically arrested. I don't think there's going to be a better occasion to do that.
Do you want to get the guards in on it?
Not a bad idea, actually. Pretty good idea.
Yeah, I mean, having the authorities
city
on our
guards, yeah.
side from the get-go is definitely a good thing. Otherwise, they will spin it like we are terrorists or something.
And
What
since
if,
we're making a ruckus, I mean, we want to make sure we're not being arrested for trying to save people, you know?
We also have like good rapport with the church. Maybe we can like inform Edgar, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One
Whatever
third,
we
maybe.
do,
For a potential like threat that we kind of like uncovered.
we should probably leave for now.
Yes.
If that's what you do, and figure it out outside at this point. Unless you want to sneak more into this.
Well, we can check if we still hear people on top. If we don't hear them, we might check more. If we do hear, we get out.
All right.
And Norbak, get up.
No, he's comfy.
You can take the blanket along, but the bed is too much.
I can try. I'll at least take the blanket with me.
Blanket thieves. Okay. Just here to check.
You guys are able to make your way through this space without any difficulty whatsoever. You do not hear any noises going up towards the door, but on the other side of the door, you still hear the sounds, and the sounds are still of that metal clanking.
All right.
I say
Can
we
see
open the door.
something- Can we see something through the keyhole
Can
or
we-
something? Or
Yeah.
is it?
Okay, quickly. Like,
Who's looking?
Open the door halfway.
Who's looking? Oh, okay. Well, give me.
I can imagine he opens the door, closes it, opens, closes it, opens and closes it. Just like not believing his eyes. Just opening
Oh
and
my
closing it.
god, I love it. I love
He
it.
had to make sure it was real.
I love it.
Just me like picking.
The door's a
having the
mimic.
door, like,
You're stuck. No. As you're opening and closing to get a good enough view, because each smidgen of an open doesn't give you any view, considering that it is literally looking at the wall on the other end. It swings out with a wall right there. You'd have to open it more than halfway to get any type of perspective of what's happening in that
You
room.
can use your thieves' tools. You have a mirror in the thieves' tools.
Yeah, if you want to look through the keyhole, you're welcome to do that, but with disadvantaged perception.
Okay. Like perception or okay, perception.
Perception for looking through the keyhole with disadvantage, since it's just like
Perception
Trying to get
with disadvantage.
I mean, you already have it anyway.
Yeah. I'm wrapping my luck stone, but also with my +3 of my ring of alertness. So
yeah,
that's
12.
+4.
Also, that's fairly decent. That you're able to see. There's a unit right there. Yeah, you can see that there is somebody that is currently. This seems to be like a kitchen almost. There's somebody that is cooking away at this space right here on this table. There is a pot and there's like a flame underneath it that he's working on. He's making a stew of sorts with a ladle. Doesn't recognize you. But while you're staring in there, you do hear from the side that you can't see. You hear, "Hey, did you hear something in the room, in the back room there?" Oh, I don't think so. Everybody's kind of outside setting things up. And I'm like, I'll check it out. I'm gonna quickly go and check. And you hear footsteps making their way towards your door.
I suggest the guys to like fall back, I guess. Oh shit.
Yeah, fall back and close the door.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys.
Fall back. Fall back.
Stand here and go for the L. That's right here.
Okay, there's somebody coming right now. So you guys have one turn basically to do something before I open this door.
I will try to like pull Norbak away from the ale and it's like we need to go. Norbak,
I'm just closing the door.
Wait.
Norbak.
You're fine.
We'll get more ale later. Let's go. Let's go.
Once you close the door on me, you fuck.
I'm trying to grab my character, damn it.
Yeah, it's hard to.
Oh, that's lovely.
That
That is freaking
hard to
lovely.
select stuff.
I love that. From here.
Lightly.
Yeah, no, you still have not had any blip of your imp. Okay, you guys make your way out, and as you leave, you do hear this door from where you just left open up as somebody is making their way around and trying to check to see where that sound came from. You are on the outside and around the outside, and you guys are completely and utterly safe.
Why are we doing so much snaking? Why not just hit them?
I mean, they're just dudes doing their job. We don't have to kill everyone that we come across.
So?
We could tell him we're the health inspector.
That would probably work. That's funny. I like that.
Yeah, I think we need to go and talk to the guards. Tell them that something extremely strange is happening here. There's a high risk for people that's going to be at the tent.
Just tell the temple.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Me and Thor. I suggest me and Kanan go to because he's got like good rapport with
Yeah, I just have.
with the
I
church.
can talk to the Laos.
Hmm.
You want her to tell the church too, yeah. Maybe they want to get involved and improve their view in the public.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
And you
so-
just have some people on duty or on hand just in case things go bad.
All right. So you guys are making your way over to the temple first.
I mean, me,
Oh, it'd be a
Kanan,
center.
and Goldar.
Okay. So you three are going to the temple. You guys make your way over to the
I'm
temple.
going straight to the guards.
Okay, yours is actually a lot easier. We'll say you will do yours first, and Norbak will follow you just because he is size, right? Why not? Makes sense. So you two are headed down. You know that there is already an outpost set up close by to this location, to the carnival tent situation. You stop in, and there are a few guards that are sitting inside, and they're kind of just having a conversation with one another. And the first thing, oh my gosh, we're just getting blitz fired here. That's hilarious. The first thing that the guard looks at you and says is like, "Oh, what are you guys doing? How is your just ignore them. How goes your day?"
It's going. However, we got across some information about a potential plot that is expected to happen at the tent at the end of the carnival. We wanted to make sure it was on your radar because it seems very highly suspicious.
That's odd. We don't have many plots that happen around here. It's a fairly small city, but yeah, we're all ears. Give it hit us with it.
We got information that the conductor is gonna make a ritual, and he's gonna expect his employee to release all of the beasts that he has in there. Many of them are dangerous, to be released essentially onto the public. At least that's what we understand from the information we gathered.
Huh.
And so it seems like there's going to be a high amount of risk for the people in the tent.
Do you have any actual evidence for this though, other than just speculation?
We have documentation that explains this situation, yes. Right now these documents are of my other colleagues who are currently going to the temple. They wanted to
no, you guys
warn
would be
them
side by
also
side
at the same time.
Just so you know, because you guys are all like headed, right? Because this is the first location that happens along the main path down towards the
I
center.
thought we're splitting. Okay.
You guys would be splitting here, so like they wouldn't be too far away if you wanted to like shout down the road to be like, "Yo!"
Yeah, I would do that then. Yes.
Yeah, easy enough. So the whole
And
group
we
you hear,
can
you
hand
go
over
call
the
them.
ledger.
Yeah, easy exchange. You bring it back. You showcase it to the guard. He seems extremely. First, he's confused and he says, "What does this achieve? I don't understand. Why would he do this? But it doesn't matter really at the end of the day."
We've been highly suspicious that he's been involved in a bigger plot. That's why we were investigating around him. There's been rumors of other sacrifices and essentially evil magic afoot, if you will. We don't have all the details. We're still investigating, but we did want to make sure the town was safe.
So then, hold on. You said you have evidence of other things that were happening. How come you're just bringing this to us now?
Because we're still gathering information and we don't have a ton of proof. It's very hard for us to just turn around and just say, "Hey, yeah, we saw, something that looks like sacrifices, human sacrifices, without proof." I mean, we're gonna be either suspected or we're gonna be stopped. So we didn't want to come here without any more evidence.
We can appreciate that.
It was half of it was self-preservation, and the other one we wanted to be taken seriously about it. This is a big deal. And I would totally understand if you were suspicious when if we would be here without any proof. So we wanted to make sure.
Well, first thing we need to do is follow protocol. We need to get your full statement. So please go over here. Jeff will take your statement, and
So many words.
and then we'll. Big man, sorry, but you might not be used to protocol, but we have to follow it here. We don't have a choice. But he basically tells you that he basically tells you that you have to give your full account of the events that you're speaking about from start effectively, and he's transcribing it into a document or into like a report almost, and he's putting it into it. Thank you, wife. You want to bring the baby and just say hi? Yeah, hold on, sorry guys.
Yes.
Oh, you little chubster. Look at this kid.
A good luck charm before we die.
Yes. What?
Oh, that's a chunky baby.
They definitely can. They just can't see my camera. Oh. I can't see my camera. Look at this. All right. Give them good luck, kiddo. Give them good luck. Give them good luck.
Hello.
All right, cool.
We're gonna need all the luck we can get.
Thank you, Wade.
A new adventurer.
A new adventure is born.
So how long does that take?
It'll take you as long as you're able to describe it to him. So I'll say probably like 10 minutes tops. It doesn't take a whole ton. You're able to go through it pretty damn quick.
Okay.
Do we need to
So,
roll for a diaper check?
No, that's just always a fail. Always a fail.
Okay.
It's just a permanent 0. Anyways, yeah. So you're doing this, and you eventually do finish up, and he has the full accounts of it. And the main guard that was kind of like over his fellow guard's shoulder kind of looks over, and he's like, "That is problematic. Yeah, we don't have sewers. There is nothing below this. All of our runoff and things go and collect off to small ducts, and then, siphon off into a hole outside the city, far away. But that is alarming. Well, we'll send a few of our guards into the menagerie tonight, just as like to make it look like a leisure stroll, and a few inside the tent to be sure what's going on. What do you plan to do with this information?
We plan on confronting the conductor directly.
Okay, when you say confronting, what does that mean?
We don't know yet. We want to talk to him and understand what he's planning. But
Okay,
we don't
but-
know what's going to happen once we reveal that we know more than he expects.
But are we speaking about an altercation?
We don't know how it's going to go. That's not
Probably,
our
let's be
plan, but...
honest.
Normac, sit down.
Well, what? It ends up being altercations like all the time.
It is likely that it's going to happen. I mean, he didn't give me the feeling that he was a nice guy. We did try to talk to him about it, as we described, and he asked us to leave, was brushing it off, so I expect that if we come up with more information, he might be very resistant. We would obviously prefer to take him down peacefully, if he's indeed causing trouble, but, we can't guarantee
When
anything.
have
We'll
we
have to
taken
defend
down
ourselves.
people peacefully? Ever? Name one time.
We taking down goblins
our
peacefully?
Friend,
Peacefully
In the woods,
how?
yes.
Well, we
we fed
captured
his
them.
beast.
Yeah.
Goldie, are
We've
you
been
with
nice
them
to
right now?
people before.
I was just curious.
Yeah,
'cause I don't-
everybody's there, right?
I thought you said all of
We
us.
shouted and
I
they
don't.
came around.
I don't
so
remember
at
if you
this
guys
point, I'm
stuck around.
assuming
That's why I'm asking. I don't remember if you guys were still here, gave the ledger and left with the paper.
I don't remember
mean,
us
the
ever
documents would
resolving
have to stay
something
with me.
peacefully. Besides, like one time, we resolved something peacefully. Everything else, though, just death, just murder.
Well, it's
Hey,
usually
Novak,
them attacking us
You are
first.
not helping right now.
I am definitely helping.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough. Okay, there's only so much incriminating conversations we are planning to listen to. All right, let's slow down.
Yeah, thank you.
This does concern me. I'm not gonna lie. With your dealings with the conductor previously, along with what you just gave us, I especially am extremely concerned that you are going to take things into your own hands, and we can't have vigilante nonsense happening. That's what the guard exists for. Otherwise, we would have anybody coming through town doing whatever they wanted. That's not how things need to be done. It's potentially dangerous, not only for you, but for the civilians here too. Let us deal with this. We'll position our folks through the tent and in the back, and if there's anything along the lines of what you're saying, we'll intervene. We'll do what we can.
What if
Gonna,
the
like-
entire audience is charmed? Your guards are gonna be defenseless.
I was gonna say this is like I was gonna like loud whisper to like you, but I was like, how much you wanna bet they're gonna fail?
Norback, shut the fuck up.
The guard just he just shakes his head. He's like, "Oh my gosh, that's a
Look,
possibility."
just ignore the giant here. I just want to make sure that you guys are not being sent into a death trap. I'm just suggesting that we could be there around. We're useful. We know how to handle ourselves. We're not trying to start a fight, but we do want to make sure that people are safe, and that includes your guards.
I will. How about this? Is there anything? It's just him? He doesn't have any accomplices, right? Outside the goblins you came across, is there anything else that we need to be worried about?
We don't have any information about accomplices. No. We do know that there's a big spider in
we
there.
do know
There's
he
lot
has a
going
big
on in
spider.
the tent,
He
and
has
we
a-
don't know everything in there.
He has a big. That's important. I would ration.
Yeah, he has a really big
Yeah.
spider in
Okay.
his ceiling.
That's a.
And we don't
man.
know what else he has.
And considering that he told his people to lock the viewers in, I don't know how much they are in cahoot with him. So
Yeah,
it
we don't know
is-
if the employee are charmed or, we don't know what's going on with that.
Okay. Well, we will. I'm gonna take this to the Grand Master. We'll see what he has to say about this, and you guys deal with his cabin. We'll see what we're gonna do. But I really don't know. The Grandmaster does not deal with much of the going-ons around here. He has us in place for that particular reason, and we have yet to have something like this ever come through Feywind. But if this is really, excuse me,
first time for everything.
You're not wrong. Things happen all the time, but this is alarming. I'm first thing.
We also intend to ask help of the temple. Maybe they want to get involved in case it is a sinister ritual. I'm sure they at least can identify it.
That guards may be reticent, but they did help us in the previous matter. So
you give too much weight to those robe-wearing useless folks. They do nothing. They stick to their temples and to their gods. You think the gods are gonna do anything? This many people here that are going to be supposedly in danger, the gods should be down here doing something about it. These temple people aren't going to do anything.
I understand your concern, and I understand your reticence to deal with them, but understand, we've had some dealings with them, and their paladins, if not their gods, are very useful. They could be useful in this fight if it escalates. Well, they could help your guards.
We hope
At worst, it is some time lost trying for us to ask them.
Well, I mean, you're right. It is entirely in your hands. You're welcome to give it a go, but we've never had any positive results from interacting with them. So if you get anything, then that is a step towards the correct direction, and we thank you for your effort for that at least. That being said, though, first course of action, I am going to personally go to the Grandmaster and confront him about the information that we just received from you. Please don't get into too much trouble and cause too much racket. That's all we
will
come
do our
back
best
once we have been at the temple.
Okay. You guys, he basically ushers you out and comes out with you and heads towards the Grandmaster's castle in the center of town.
All right, let's get to the temple.
Yeah. It takes very little time.
Next step.
Unless you guys want to talk about something on the way. Nope. Cool. You guys are at the temple. It just always works out that way. You guys make your way over to the temple, and you're looking around. It takes about a few minutes, but you're able to find Laus. He is available. He's just kind of tidying up and keeping. Funny enough, instead of being in Heimdall's temple, he seems to be in Odin's temple. And going over, you see that there's this beautifully large stonework and gold ears, so much so that you can find appreciation in the stonemanship here as a dwarf. You can see this absolutely gorgeously crafted and stoneworked triple triangle. It's 3 triangles that are intertwined with one another, and in front is a large bronze a bowl, like an oil basin. It's a basin, bronze basin, and with a flame burning, very, very bright and strong. It's ever flaming, and he's just finishing pouring more oil to refill it as you're approaching.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll go up and speak with Laos and kind of give him the rundown of what we've come across and tell him that we think this is connected to the rituals and stuff going on.
He acknowledges it. He shakes his head and he says, "That is alarming and that is scary. But what do you expect the temple to help? How do you expect us to help? We're just tenders to we tend to the common folk and to the temples. That's it."
Well, it's the common folk that may be in danger. Do you not want to offer them any protection and try to help them in any way you can?
Of course, but the question I have in return is, how can we help those that are not in danger if we're not around? That's the only concern we have. We leaving our post here leaves this temple vulnerable to our worship and what we provide to the gods. And as much as my heart truly goes out to them, we're not adventurers. We're not combat hardened folk. We don't even have combat potential within us. I don't see how we can help.
I would say, you guys that are familiar with spells and rituals and stuff, you could give us some kind of advantage with us dealing with that by being able to identify things.
Kanan, I don't know how much you know of ritual magic, but it takes a very lengthy amount of time to achieve any small goal. And he kind of looks, he's like, I'm sure your friends here must know. It's not a small feat to cast rituals, but anybody with a intuitive enough mental capacity can cast a ritual if spent enough time, but that does not mean that we have actual magic potential. We're not learned scholars either.
Perhaps maybe you could lend some relics or something to help give us protection toward some of these things we're dealing with.
We had a few, but Edgar just took them for his travel towards Dagor.
Well, all we ask is like at least you be aware of a potential harm that's coming to the people, and
be ready
hopefully you can do something to help us or the people if and when that happens.
We can
Have some
have
healers at the ready if you
yes,
can, you know.
yes.
Just
We'll have our people prepared to mend and aid them in their troubles if there are any. Just direct them to us. We'll help them here to the best of our powers. This is sacred ground, so they will be protected from many issues just from that alone.
if you could pray for us, that would also be useful.
Oh, from which temple? There are some for many.
Odin.
Certainly, 100%. You bet. The Allfather will smile favorably upon you.
So I guess I suggest we go back to the tent and see what the situation, knowing that like if anything has changed.
Sorry, I just had a bite of mango. Oh, the tent is set up. The tent itself is fully set up. You can see there are people that are now starting to wheel out the menagerie of creatures. The mermaid it's like heavily chain locked in type of stuff, and there are other small creatures, some that you've never seen before. There's one that is looks like a skull, but inside of its eye sockets there is an ever burning flame, and it's just stationary. It just seems to be sitting in the center of this very strongly enforced glass box, and a bunch of other small curious creatures, but they're all being wheeled out to the artifact room, the menagerie room. And other people are setting up chairs, and it's just still very busy, very active. Conductor is nowhere to be seen yet.
Do we see Thomas anywhere?
Yeah, I'll say if you spend a few minutes, you're able to pin out Thomas in the crowd. He is like conducting people in that like rough area of the where everybody is.
Okay. I'll go out and disguise myself as the conductor again and try to talk to Thomas to tell him not to release the beasts. But let's start with just disguising myself.
Yeah, you make your way over, and Thomas sees you showing. He says, "Oh, how's it going, Isaac? How are you doing today?"
Hello, Thomas. I heard that you had your role assigned to free the beast at the halfway of the ceremony, and there's been a couple of changes. That's been the changes that I wanted to inform you about.
Why would we free the beasts? That makes no sense. These things are
That
not
is what
supposed.
I was told.
Yeah, you were told that. You're the one who tells
by
us
someone that-
everything.
Yes, and I was told that this is the message you receive, and so I was worried about this.
No, that's not a message I was
No?
given.
Okay, so you have no plans to release the beast, so we're in agreement that this is not gonna happen then.
Yeah, no, that seems like an
Okay.
extremely stupid idea.
It is. That's why I got worried, obviously.
I would no.
Okay,
It's not
well,
happening.
thank you for confirming that everything is fine.
Yep. You're welcome to make a deception check if you want to see what's happening here.
Yes. This is with advantage, because I'm acting, and of course the fucking roll is dog shit.
Okay. No, he seems to be entirely
I
honest.
kind of feel a deja vu here.
Yeah, I feel like there's something with Roll20 at this point. It's happened enough that it's sus.
Yeah. Isn't 7 with Thorfinn also rolled for his death saves with advantage?
Yeah, it was 6, I
Correction,
think.
it was 6.
It was 6.
It was
but
6.
twice.
There's something
says
with rolling
no.
twice in a row.
That's crazy.
Seems sus.
The dice gods literally just say, "Try again next time."
1 in 400. He says, "Yeah, no. That seems like a bad idea. There's no reason to be letting these things out. They're not like free roam creatures. They're dangerous. I promise, nothing's gonna be let out.
Okay. By the way, I mean, it doesn't really matter because of the slow roll, but I'm pretty sure if I was trying to understand his deception, it would be an insight roll. But
What did I say?
You said
Deception.
deception.
Oh shit! Sorry, it's supposed to be an insight. My bad.
yeah, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. Insight is even worse, so I would get nothing.
Yeah, I got it backwards. My bad. Apologies.
It's fine. So yeah, I'll just go out and drop the disguise at this point, and we'll try to get in.
Okay. All right. So you guys are watching everybody do their own things. You're actually also watching the little small cages with the tiny animals, the tiny elephants, tiny tigers, tiny turtles, which is hilarious because it's basically just like the size of someone's fingernail. All these small little animals are being brought over to the side space right there. Over like I'm not showing my screen, but the back room behind the main show space.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you guys think that maybe it's not the conductor that's in charge of this, but maybe maybe like the spider or something's controlling him?
The conductor seems to be pretty aware of what he's doing. He doesn't give me the impression that he's under any control whatsoever.
I don't even
It's
know
not
if control
impossible,
would
but-
work since the spider is always on a different plane.
Okay, what do you guys wanna do now? Like, how much time do we have before the show starts?
At this point, there's about 3 hours left. Give or take.
Do we know that if the conductor is Fey, or like is it just us guessing? Like,
You
did
have
we get
no
any
idea.
confirmation of that?
You know nothing
Yeah, okay.
about the conductor other than this
Yeah, that's
very
what I
small
assumed.
interaction.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but we at least know that his appearance that he's showing is the correct one because I saw magic
Yeah.
items on him, not that his whole thing was magic.
Right.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and by
Can-
the way,
can-
those lights are divination magic, which is akin to secrets magic that is specifically like reveal. So like your magic right now would be like a divination style magic, right? Like it's to reveal information.
Oh, that's not good for stealthy me. Can I
so-
find? Can I check if I can find a way to the backstage?
Yeah, you can walk right in. Yeah, it's like there's no guards set up. There's no like bouncers to the different sections of the tent right now. They've seen you around enough where you're able to walk into the back section, and you can see there are people that are just setting up barrels and like making sure it's tidy. There's one space specifically that is like a performer's table, right? It's got like a 3 mirror system set up, and like small little jars and whatnots, and like a stool. Off to the right side, there's large piles of hay to feed animals, possibly horses, which are not, you can't see any horses yet. But then there's the side section, which is entirely separate altogether. It's sectioned off from everything. Inside, there's probably like 20 or 30 metal cages. Inside of them, you can hear a litany of sounds. Different animals, you name it. You can hear monkeys, you can hear gorillas, you can hear freaking alligators. I don't know, you name it. But there are a ton of animals that are in these cages, but they're really small. They're like hand sized. You could hold them if you wanted, and they're in all of them. People are just doing their jobs. They're all like stacking these cages up. People are making sure that the performers like area is nice, neat, and all the jars and vials that they have is set up. You know, stacking everything and making sure it's all in order.
Well, by the time right now, it would probably be best to try and coordinate with the guards or something. We don't want to cause a ruckus now and have them lock us away for the whole show and maybe fail it all.
Yeah, I was about to say we should make sure the guards are ready before we start anything.
Okay, you guys make your way back
So
over.
do you want to head?
Oh,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah, I was about to say, Goldar, do you want to go ahead and check with the guards while we set up here, or?
Yeah, I mean, we have enough time, so we should actually take a short rest that you get your spell slots back at 2. And maybe eat something since it's already early afternoon, so we are strengthened. And then we can talk to the guards.
Sure, makes sense.
Yeah, no problem. The rest of you guys will make your way over to whichever inn you want to go to. You can go to Yoster's or you can go to the Half Full Chalice. Your choice. And,
I'll go to the half full chalice.
okay,
Yeah,
Yubo.
I'm
meal
also
is
gonna
better.
go with half full chalice.
Yubo, I thought you were going to the guard.
No, I was not. I mentioned if Goldar wanted to go.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, well, cool. Yeah,
I
you
said
guys,
we should, but
you guys are able to
I
have
we can
a.
do
don't
both.
know
really.
if-
Let's just go to the
I
guards
don't know
right
if
now.
he's already back. I don't know if he's already back, so maybe it's probably better to take a short rest and then talk with him. I mean, that's still 2 hours before the show,
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Let's go rest.
and
then
maybe
all go
by
to the
then
guard.
he's back from the Grandmaster.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys go. You eat your meal. It's gonna cost for individually. It costs 2 copper. No, this is 2 silver pieces to feed the entire group, and individually, sorry, to feed everybody. It's 2 silver pieces. And you guys are able to pick a ton of different foods. Like there's lamb chops. You
What
got
if I'm
fish.
really hungry and I want like 2 of everything?
I mean, it'll take a very long time to prepare that much food, but yeah, you can ask for 2 of everything. It'll cost you 2 silver for every dish.
Okay.
Okay, sure. It's gonna.
But we're on a
Really
time.
hungry.
The,
I had a lot
You're
of, I had
gonna
a lot
roll
of
for
ale,
Constitution
now I eat a lot of
again.
food.
the
Yeah, but, I mean,
waitress tells you
before
that.
we do that, dude,
Go ahead.
I'm just saying. I mean, we do have a time limit here. We can't just like fucking eat for 3 hours.
It's a
Like,
rest.
how long are we talking for waiting for all that food?
Well,
Like, do
yeah,
we
the
need
waitress
to-
comes back and she says it's gonna take an hour for all of that food to be prepared. With how many people
That's
are in?
fine.
it?
I got enough time.
Okay, so
Well,
you pay. Is it 2 of everything? There's 4 things on the menu. Main entrees, 4 of them. So that's what 4 to 8 times 2. So 16 silver pieces that it costs you. And she says it'll be an hour to get your food, and you basically reserve a table to yourself. And it's busy. People are bumping into you, into each other, and it's chaos. But regardless, everybody else for half an hour, you guys are able to finish your main entree meals. And as you're finishing up, you feel, rejuvenated. You feel good.
That's
you guys-
how I feel.
All right, let's get to the guard.
let's do it.
Yes.
Okay, so Norback, you're sticking back to do your eating while everybody else goes
Yes.
off. Okay, cool. So you guys make your way over to the guard, and the main person that you had run into is in there, and you hear one of them. Well, you don't know any of their names, but he's talking to his other buddy, and they're having a conversation about something. And he sees you walk, and he says, "I'm so glad you came. Well, I have some information for you. Come in, take a seat." Ushers you to a table. And he says, "Well, I spoke to the Grandmaster, and he said that he will make sure that he gets his best guys on the job. He specifically said best guy, to be honest with you, but he said he'll get somebody on this specifically. So I don't know what you guys
What's the
are...
implication with the plan here? Are we still? Do you still want us to confront the Grandmaster, or
Confront the Grandmaster?
sorry, the Conductor?
Speak with him.
I got it.
Oh, I see. Well, if you want to help his guy in the tent, you're welcome to do that. That's entirely up to you. But other than that,
Where is this guy? Can we
I'll
meet
send you
him? Can we?
yeah.
I don't know. He kept it extremely vague. He just said he'll have his guy take care of it, or be there to. I don't know. I don't know how little or how much interaction you've had with the Grandmaster, but he kind of doesn't talk much. He's an action
Right,
guy.
he's a man of. Yeah, he's a man of few words indeed. So are we to understand that you will not have any guards inside, and you'll let that guy do the security essentially inside the tent? Is that the goal here?
I'm still of the mind that we have people in there. Like, we have the guards in there, and yes, I know it's going to be dangerous, but we're guards. This is literally why we are this. You don't go to somebody in the army and say, "Hey, you could die tomorrow." It's implied. Your life is on the line by serving those that you want to defend, and this city seems to be what we want to defend.
I like this man.
He seems like an extremely righteous person.
Alright.
I am still of the
All right,
mind that we
well-
have our people in there.
I agree. Okay, well, we will go and talk to the Conductor now. I think it is morning time. We don't have a ton of time before the ceremony starts. So we'll get started. If you ever spot the guy that the Grandmaster sent, try and tell him to focus mostly on the Conductor. If we fail, that means the Conductor is going to be trying to do his ceremony and his ritual, and it might be the biggest target that we need to take out, if you will.
Okay.
Or make sure he doesn't complete his ritual, you know?
Okay. That's assuming that I run into him. I don't even know what he looks like. I've never met the guy, but if I do, yeah, you bet I will make sure. Just please do not do anything irrational. It's extremely important. Okay? No. Just be as calm as you can during that interaction.
I feel like
I will,
someone's
but we
talking
have
about
this
me.
big giant here, and I don't know how he's gonna behave. He's been a little bit hard to, you know. As you've seen, he's a little bit complicated of a man.
Oh, well, we'll deal with the consequences for whoever if we have to, but that's our job. Please. Again, I'm asking nicely.
Will do. Will
Thank
do.
you. He, again, ushers you to leave, and unless you have any other business with him, you guys are asked to leave and are outside.
Oh, we're good. At this point, you guys want to go directly to the office? Do you want to barge in or just sneak in? Like, what's the plan here?
I don't think just like barge. I think we just go up and talk to the Conductor. I say if we do it just casually, he's less likely to be alert and suspicious.
Knows us, so I don't know.
Yeah, I say it instead of if we sneak in and he catches us, then he's automatically on attack mode.
What if one of you guys like go approach him and like maybe me and another guy just sneak and find a way in?
I mean, we can split up, but just,
Yes.
I mean, it might be hard for us to contact each other when we're split up. Like, it's not like I have the imp and I can leave it on your shoulder to, like, tell you stuff. Like, I can't... We don't really have a mean of communicating here. And it's already, since the imp is not found, we don't know if there's multiple dimensions, like planes in there. We don't know what's going on, so we should be careful.
All right, so stick then. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are making your way over to the office specifically, and walking your way in.
Yeah, we'll just enter from the front door.
Okay, easy enough. You guys make your way inside, and immediately you can see again, same thing, right? Like there's people that are still busy. Everybody is still doing their thing and trying to complete their jobs. But walking in, you can see that there are workers that are sitting down, taking their breaks on the side tables and the side spaces. And I haven't populated this side. Apologies. Right there. They're all kind of doing their own thing, and the Conductor, which I had on a different map, where did I put him? There he is. Copy. Sorry. Is giving out commands and orders to people that are off to, we'll say right here. The two that are sitting right here. He's kind of having conversations with them, and he sees you guys walk in and immediately makes his way over to you and says, "Oh, friends, welcome in. How are you doing? What why are you in here?"
We have some information we'd like to discuss with you, to be perfectly outright.
Oh,
Yes, again, essentially.
that's pretty much what he's laughing at. Like, it's ironic.
Yes, I know. We got a hold of some documents that list that the beasts, the guards from your tent, is expected to release the beast in the middle of the ceremony that you have later on. Aware of that, but that seems extremely dangerous, and we want to make sure that we are on the same page on what's going on here.
Now, what would make you think that that this is happening exactly?
Well, it seems to be an official document.
And where exactly did you get this official document?
One of your employees gave it to us and told us that when he
Oh.
saw this, he was worried.
One of my employees, eh? Interesting. Well, that is clearly a forgery. What would I
That's
possibly?
it. That's the best you have for me. It's a forgery.
It's a
How
forgery.
convenient.
What could I possibly have to do with a entire tent of people? First of all, secondly, those creatures are extremely difficult to contain. Why would I want to release them? Seems foolish, if you ask me. Wouldn't you say?
Can I pick up any, like, use something to pick
Yeah, I
up?
tried
on
to see if
words?
he's lying, essentially, so I made an insight check.
Oh, he seems to be
Insight.
entirely forthright.
Well, what you have to gain, that's what we don't know. That's what we don't understand. We know for a fact that these documents seem to be genuine, but we don't know why you would do that.
I could tell you that myself. Why do I have these creatures? Why do I have these artifacts? Renown, legend, lore. What's the point of living if after you've passed away there's no account of your presence? If no one remembers you, what's the point? That's what it's all about, sir. That's why I came to this place. Why I wanted to display all these beautiful things, my collections. It's renown. It's legend. You think these people are gonna stop speaking about the incredible conductor that came in and showed them the wonders, the beauties of the world that they would never get to see? No.
You know what people will also talk forever about? The one man who murdered basically an entire village.
Oh, that.
This is also something you could be after. This is not reassuring in the slightest right now. What you're telling me is not reassuring in the slightest.
I mean, it's not my position to assure you of anything, sir. But what I can say is that the show will be one for the ages. It will be one to remember. I sure hope you're there to see it because it is my best work yet.
I'm talking to the guys at this point. I'm trying to understand what they want to do. I'm just kind of retreating a little bit from the conductor since he's not really, you know.
Okay. We kinda came in too strong. I think we should fall back. Like maybe I think we should change your plans. Like wait, can I ask you, Bo? Like, can you connect with your M from this position?
You cannot.
Well, yeah, thank you. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm basically asking Fabian.
I'm assuming I'm not going to be able to connect to him, you know, for a long time at this point, or at all.
Well, we can't
At
really
this point,
cause
honestly-
a commotion in here as with, in theory, a lot of innocent people. So our best bet is actually to just go to the show and hopefully meet up with that guy the Grandmaster sends and just interrupt the ritual itself.
I say we try and create a commotion in here so that people run off. I don't think it's a good idea to try to be in the show and try to do something there. That seems highly risky. Because the guards are going to be there. If the guards are all, you know, killed or dead or whatever happens during the ritual, there's nobody else that can help the town.
And
As
we
far
can
as
at
the
least
rest
make
of the
sure that
people is
the
there.
beasts are not released or something.
Yeah, so like
I mean, that's supposed to happen at the halfway point. If it is not changed now.
I think I can. I suggest that I stay and try to hide myself within the menagerie. Just like observe and like see if there's anything wrong, like, and if I can do something about it. Like if someone tries to open up the cages, I can like intercept them.
Okay.
I
So
just
essentially,
stay
the
hidden,
current
yeah.
the current plan is to go into the ceremony effectively and try to stop it from inside. That's the.
If
Our range is long enough to shoot from the outside, so we don't really need to necessarily enter the area of the right tent that may be affected by the spell. Since he doesn't want anyone to leave, I guess that's the range from the ritual.
Like, do we have a way to like make a commotion? Is to have everyone leave? Like something that doesn't like just make a commotion. Just make sure like people are not inside the tent as much as possible. Like keep them out of it before even let's just ruin the conductor's show. That's what I suggest.
Well, I think we continue discussing this outside, or do you
Yeah.
want to keep fighting in here?
He during that conversation has made his way over. Whoops, that is not correct. He has made his way over to here, and you can tell that he is actively, even though he's showing the facade of listening to the people in front of him, he is very obviously listening over his shoulder. Like his entire body language has shifted and has been trying to pry as much information from this conversation as he can during this entire time. How much of it he heard is unknown, but
I'm out of ideas myself, guys. I'm not gonna lie.
Exactly.
I mean, as far as we know, the employees don't know anything. So like, we don't have anything. It's we don't have anything. It's that simple. So
Yeah.
Yubo, can you make a wisdom saving throw, please? You can see him kind of like make his way over here, like to this wall, and he's like rifling with like one of the portraits. He's just kind of like correct it. You can see him kind of like mumbling under his voice.
give me a second. I didn't have this one at the ready.
Sure, that's fine.
And I can't cancel it. Thank you. I'm gonna check what the number is, but I think it's 3. Yeah. So it's 22.
Okay. You feel like there were it would be akin to if somebody took their hands and ran it through your hair. Like you would feel that's what it felt like, but to your mind. It felt like somebody was trying to pry into your thoughts and gain some information. But you were able to shrug it right off, and he seems to walk back over to his people.
Yeah, I'll just talk very loudly. At this point, guys, I think we should just drop it. There doesn't seem to be anything. That probably it was just a forgery. I don't know what to do with this information anymore. I don't think it's worth pursuing anymore. And then we can just kind of try and walk out.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
It's like,
I don't know what you guys would,
Yeah. Talking in here, stupid.
We're heavily outnumbered.
Yeah, no problem. You guys are able to make your way out, and you guys are back outside in front of the office. You have about an hour and a half.
Let's
before
move
you-
somewhere else for now.
I feel like that may be one of our. Well, how many beasts are in that room?
You guys didn't get a proper count of a total, but if you had to guess, I would take a rough estimate, probably 6, at least.
So like
So
anywhere
if
between
we think that's the biggest threat, maybe we can hide in there and keep it from being released, or if they do get released, maybe we can take care of the beast before they can get out into the crowd.
yeah, I think that's the thing. Like that's like make a
Is there anything else that we're like maybe worried about, that like a threat coming from other than that tent?
because once the ritual starts, it's gonna take him a while to finish it, and we be able to like just like we can't really like go strongly at him after him with he can just like, simply brush it off and like make us look like the bad guys. all we can do right now is just react. We can't really like.
You know,
Yeah.
at this point, I say we just go steal the relics and cause some havoc within his own employee. You know what I mean? Like, just at least get them to be confused, try to search for the relics. That could be a way to at least get some of them to, you know, be less involved with the fight. Like, they'd be looking for the prized possession that was lost.
Yeah. Do you want to summon your imp again, and just have it move in stealthily, invisible, and grab it into a bag or something, into the bag of holding or something? At least the chalice and something, the smaller stuff, should be easily grabbable, and for him to go invisible and run again.
Honestly, I'd go fucking bold about it. I would just disguise myself as a conductor, pick it up literally, and walk out. Like, make as much of a show that you can, basically, about it. Make sure that they know that something is going on. At this point, the conductor is suspicious anyway. He's gonna talk to his friends. So, like, there's no point in trying to be sneaky deaky about it at this point, in my opinion. I would literally steal stuff so they try to find it. They cause some havoc at this point. That's, but not like physical, like aggression havoc, but just cause a mental mayhem.
Confusion.
Yeah.
Confusion. Okay. Well, yeah, you are the only one who can do anything in that sort, but I think Thomas, well, okay, my insight is probably not high enough, but I would say Thomas is already, what is it called?
Well, I mean, Thomas seems to be genuine, so I don't, there's no issue with it. Thomas is just a guard. He seems to not know about it. Maybe it's something that's going to reveal to him at a later stage, or maybe the documents are indeed a fraud. We don't really know at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
no,
like right now,
I'm just keeping my comment to myself because my character wouldn't think anyway in that way and wasn't there anyway. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go for
guess.
the artifact. It's a rare thing at this point. I don't trust the conductor. He frustrates me. I'm gonna steal his shit. That's it.
Yeah, and the rest of us should keep our distance. Get near the guard post or something.
Yeah, I will probably like try to back up Yubo stealthily, like, so I can respond if he needs help.
You are not invisible or something. You can't really go stealthy.
Like, I mean, I'm not invisible, but like I'll try to like blend with environment with the crowd.
Can't be in the crowd, but. And I'm at this point I'm getting into a bush, doing my bush work, disguising myself as a conductor, getting out. He's still in the room, so you know it should be still working. So I'll just go there and use mage hand to try and grab the relic directly.
Okay. You make your way over. Your mage hand is not invisible, is it?
No, it's not.
Yeah. You make your way over, and immediately you see people can see this ethereal purple hand floating and making its way over. Oddly enough, none.
I'm just in front of it, right? I just use the mage hand to touch the relic, essentially, to bring it to me.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's
I'm
fine.
not trying to be sneaky about it.
No, I know. That's why I'm narrating that everybody sees this.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Oddly enough, not a single employee reacts to this. Your hand goes forward, interacts with the relic, and immediately is gone. Your hand dissipates. You lose your mental connection to the hand, and know that the spell was dispelled.
Okay. I reach to grab it.
You immediately, you hear, guards, we got a thief! And you see around you as a bunch of the carnies run over and start to surround you. As you look around, and you are not in disguise. You feel your disguise fade the moment you touch the object. It has been dispelled, and they are fully surrounding you. What are you doing? You've got 4 of them around you right now.
What's up, guys?
They're like, why are you touching the artifacts? You're not meant to touch them.
Because I want it.
That's not how this works. And you see some of them are like trying to grab you by like the arm and the hand. We're like, we're gonna take you to the conductor. He's gonna deal with you himself.
I cast Arms of Hadar.
What does that do?
It's a AoE spell. Let me. All the details.
How does that work?
Yeah, it casts around me. It's instantaneous. Casting time is 1 action. So it does 3d6 of necrotic damage 10 feet around me to anyone.
And there's no save against a 3d6?
There's a strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw. Okay.
That negates half of the damage, and if they fail it, they also lose their reaction for a turn.
Okay, all right. You immediately, if any of your allies are nearby, you guys would hear the commotion from the tent. A lot of the other carnies are now running towards the artifact room. You can understand that there's definitely some hubbub that's going down. And then you hear, "Oh my God! What the? You killed them!" And what you see, Yubo, is all 4 that were touching you, along with a civilian that was roaming around, immediately ice shards that crawl up across their body, their skin, penetrate through their body and immediately dispatch them on the ground, and they are bleeding out dead. You see Thomas, who was on the entrance of it, and he looks over, he's like, "What the hell, dude?" And he's calling everybody over, and he's like, "Go get the conductor now!" And he's like dispatching people to go, and there's a few guards that are walking around. They're trying to call them over too, and you have a few guards, city guards, are making their way over to you right now. And
I pick up the relic.
Okay, it's in your hand.
All right, I run.
Okay, you have nowhere to run. You are literally surrounded.
I don't have any maps, so I don't really know what's going on. To be honest.
It literally would not matter. Like the map you are on right now, you're like right here. It literally would not matter. There is nowhere for you to run. It is crawling with carnies, and now you have city guards that are coming in from the entrance of the artifact space. In your hand, you have the item.
A tent, so you should be able to go underneath that thing and outside.
Yeah, or cut it. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay, sure. So your turn was casting the spell and picking up the object. So now on my turn, the carnie's going to come over, and they're going to try to hold you in place. I am going to make a roll with advantage. You see one of them help the other, and they jump on top of you. That's weird. Why did they give me... My dice do not reflect what I rolled. That is seriously annoying. I don't understand that.
Yeah, it was the same for me before.
Oh, I don't know why I got a normal roll and then also it doesn't matter, whatever. Yeah, you watch as they jump on top of you and they hold you in place, and your movement is 0 until you can break out of this on your turn as an action. So by this point, the city guards are within 10 feet of you. There are carnies that have now almost entirely encircled you. They're in every single space around you. There are carnies that have moved in and are blocking your movement to go anywhere. You cannot move through their space. It's your turn.
Doesn't he usually get a dexterity saving throw or something for
that
a grapple?
Is to break free. Is it not for grapple that on your turn you break free?
It should be strength, I think.
Yeah, on your turn to break out of it.
I love
grapple.
No, you usually have to do.
Don't play in during all of this.
Yeah, it was a lot of. Okay, you are athletics or acrobatics. It's a contested right away, right? Oh, to avoid it. So you get you get to choose athletics or acrobatics. I thought it was after.
Yeah, you need to check if you can actually grapple someone. It's not always. It's just a 100% success thing.
I didn't think so either, but I thought on their turn they would break out of it. That's how that worked. But all right, go for it. Acrobatics or
you
athletics?
can do it every turn again.
All right.
Acrobatic or athletic, you said?
Yep.
Yeah, acrobatic.
19. Nice. Yeah, you are not grappled. However, you still are completely surrounded in every direction by people, by carnies. 2 guards that are now 10 feet away from you. The group, you guys are seeing all this happen. I don't know where you guys were positioned exactly because you were staying away from him, but where would you guys have been during this? We're gonna do theater of the mind because it's will not matter. I'm not populating a map for this. It's too much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I would say we would have moved away from the tents in, well, range in distance that we could sprint to it, but I think we should at least be 1 or 2 actions away. Would be weird if we lingered near the entrance.
Okay. If
Simon, what's in here?
in this
Is
room,
the
there's nothing.
Reaper or-
There's not enough things are set up yet. They're still not fully done the show, right? Like the menagerie of creatures were still being set up. Some of the artifacts were set up. The chalice was one of the first things that were brought out because it's the main thing that everybody wants to see, and it's like a cool lore to it. But other than that, other objects are still being brought out. They're not all out yet. That one is completely empty, and everybody is on full alert. Every single person in this space is now crowding inside of this menagerie room. You
And
can
y'all
see
worried
that.
about me causing trouble.
You're not even there, Normac. Yeah.
Exactly. That's the funny part.
Yeah, so unless you guys are doing anything specific, you boys, your turn again. You're completely surrounded here.
I'm complete surround. So where am I in this room? Just so I understand some
You'll be right
logistic.
there. You can, by the way, in your journal, you have your character like that I created. It's your name. You can drag and drop them on.
Oh
the
yeah.
Yeah. I made it so that it'd be easy. There you go. The health should be
Okay.
correct, but yeah. So you're
So
basically
I'm
right.
fully surrounded from every side.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, dude. When I narrated that there were supposed to be 5 people on every creature in the menagerie and 3 on every artifact, I wasn't kidding. This is swarming with carnies, and because they're all still setting up, this base was extremely busy. And they're not like, their goal is to stop you from leaving. So they're not trying to hurt you. They're not
Yeah,
trying to
obviously.
harm you. They're blocking you in place so that you can be taken into custody. So they have fully
Okay.
surrounded you, and they're trying to keep you contained in and block you from leaving.
As my action, I will tell them to stand down, otherwise I will cast another spell. And I will try to move towards the edge of the tent.
They do not. They do not.
Okay. Oh, that was my turn.
Okay. All right.
But that was an action, right? To make a full sentence. so
Yeah, to
that's
make a
why I'm
full
saying
to
that.
make a full like phrase
Yeah.
or thing. Okay, you're unable to move. You can. It's weird, but I feel like you. Oh, that was your action. Okay, that's fine. Never mind. By the end of that turn, these guys have basically like made a wall around you, like a circular wall. 2 guards show up and they're like, "Hey, what's going on around here?" And he sees They see the bodies on the floor. These are 2 guards that you do not recognize. They immediately make their way over to you, fully clad in armor, heavy armor of all kinds. They sheath their swords and blade, take out shackles, and they begin to shackle your arms to take you into custody. Are you resisting?
No, I'm not gonna resist.
Okay, they do this. One of the carnies reaches over and grabs a chalice out of your hand. Says, "This is this is an artifact that belongs to the carnival, not to him. He came here to steal it." And the guard looks around, and the majority consensus here is, yeah, that's exactly what happened, and that you committed murder. So they take you into custody, one behind, one in front, and holding the chain. The other carnies are like literally following to make sure that you leave. Interestingly enough, as you're walking out, you notice that at all of the carnies, as you've made your way out, stop at the edge of the carnival tent itself. None of them step outside the tent. And it is very eerie in nature because all of them seem to be almost as mindless drones. None of them seem to flinch or move or smile or show any kind of other emotion. They stop at the edge, they wait and watch you until you're out of their sight, and they continue about their business.
Am I the only one who noticed it, or the
Yes,
rest of the
that's
group
your
does?
passive perception that is high enough to see that.
Okay. Can I yell at one of the members to tell them that I want to say something while I'm getting dragged away?
You can shout whatever you want. They did not block your mouth.
Right. So I try to shout at them that this is what's happening, that they seem to be controlled, and yeah, essentially I try to explain the situation as best as I can.
The the guards are like, "Okay, you lost your mind clearly. Okay, can you stop shouting nonsense? Just relax. We're taking you to the cells. We'll talk there then." And they're just like shoving you from the back and getting you down to where the space was, where you guys last, the barracks is what I meant to say. Where you,
Yeah,
you
to be
had
clear,
met
I was yelling to like Goldar or whoever was there from the team, right? Just to be clear.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean 100%, but they don't know. So they're just
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
thinking you're losing your damn mind.
No, I know. Yeah.
They take you over to the barracks. They throw you inside, aggressively throw you inside the inside of the cell, and leave the shackles on and they lock it, walk away, and they go and speak to the people that are posted at the front desk. And you can hear them having a conversation of, yeah, so this is exactly what happened. We watched the people, we saw people drop, and it was a large, issue with like magic and some effect that went off. We're not exactly sure what specifics, but I'm sure we could question the people that are working and they'll give us a good account of what went down. And a minute passes by, and the person that you spoke to initially, the first guard, walks over and he crosses his arms and he says, when I said specifically not to cause an issue, I thought that included not to murder somebody. Actually, specifically 5 people. Can you walk me through why I'm having this conversation with you right now?
Yeah, I guess. Look, clearly attacking these guys I didn't expect to kill them. Absolutely not. The reality is, didn't get through the conductor and he was going to go through with the event, and we needed to do something to stop the event. And I figured, I took it upon myself and myself only, try and steal an artifact to cause chaos. And they jumped me and I had to defend myself. That's how I feel about it.
They jumped you? Interesting.
They came around me to try to stop me and to call the conductor, and given the situation, I felt like my life was at stake. I did not feel like they were there to stop me. I felt like they were there to take me to be essentially killed. So I defended myself. And the 5th person, essentially a pedestrian, it wasn't meant to hit him. I didn't even see him, to be perfectly honest. Not that it makes anything better, but that's the reality of it.
Right, that is the reality of the situation. And seeing as how you're speaking so loosely about the fact that 5 lives were just lost under your watch in an action that you were directly tied to, tells me that you're an extremely unhinged individual. This is unfortunate. I really was hoping that our professional relationship would have gone forward a little bit better. We're gonna leave you here for the time being. Actually, until we basically can have a proper hearing and get the story from all ends, you will stay here in this cage. That's it. That's all I have. Now it makes
that's understandable.
And he says it to you, and he you can see his shoulders kind of go slack, and he's like, I don't think you grasped the full perspective of this, because now if we go and we put our guards inside the tent and we tell them it's because you and your friends told us that he was doing things, how does that make us look as the city guard? We're following the
do
words
something else instead.
Do what?
You can very well say you want to bring more protection because of this incident, and use it as a disguise.
Right.
At least use the situation in a positive way instead of.
I'm not saying we're stopping the guards, because even if it's not correct information, having us posted there as a precaution is still better than nothing. The issue here is you're tied to that action at its root, and the Grandmaster knows this as well. I gave him the entire breakdown. So when we go in there with the intended purpose of surveillance from a known murderer, now that makes us look foolish as the city guard. This is highly problematic.
Every other member of my group will be likely to give you the exact same account that I did, if that helps at all. They can they can easily dissociate from me as a person for the action I caused, and you do not have to take me only as the sole reason for this issue.
We will be.
Today, you can easily push the blame to not push the blame. You can easily take the account of my other colleague as source of truth for your investigation, and fully remove me from this issue in the sense of your report, if you will.
We will.
You know what I mean?
Oh, 100%. We plan to do a proper investigation, as now we have to. This is no small issue. Well, sit tight. We'll come back to you, and I'll let you know when I have an update. Okay, what is the rest of the group doing? You guys watched as Hubo just got dragged out aggressively in handcuffs, and the tent folk are doing their own activities, watching him walk away and then continue about their business.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we didn't really know what happened inside his Thorfinn gonna come out and tell us?
Yeah, like yeah, I just come out like and tell them what happened because I part of me wanted to help it, but like it's much more smarter to just like stay away from that because we from at that perspective we were the bad guys. It's like it's not gonna like put us in a good note. Like Yubo got detained. There's an incident there. He killed 5 people, four carnies and a civilian. And it's gonna be difficult for us to actually like move around now. He did not like implicate us, but we are down one member. How do we want to approach this? Like we still have to deal with whatever the hell is happening here.
How much time is it before the show begins?
An hour. By the end of all of this, the conversation with him, you have about an hour. I'll also say, Norback, by this time, your food has come in, and you've been gorging yourself on all of this food. Give me a disadvantaged Constitution save, please.
You know what? That makes sense.
Constipation save.
Oh, no, it's worse.
Wait, it's oh no.
Okay, right there and at the table, as you're going through your second plate of fish, you realize that this is like more than halfway through your food. You notice that the fish is not clean, and it is rampant with worms through the flesh and everything. It's not fully cooked, and as you're processing this and looking at it in sheer shock, you begin to hear the writhing in your neck as the swallowed meat that you took in chunks and just gorging yourself makes you regurgitate all of that food and all of that liquid, and it is on the table. It is probably on 8 people in front of you, and like a toddler, it's spilt all over your chest and your legs and all over the floor. Before you are really able to do much of anything else, the adventurers that you vomited on physically pick you up and throw you out of the establishment.
It's not an easy feat.
No, it's extremely easy feat because they are adventurers, much like yourself. And many of them are extremely strong. They might not be tall, but they're extremely strong. And they throw you out of the establishment and basically show that you suck is what they're trying to communicate to you. Your food is gone.
That was not good.
Yep.
I don't feel so good.
You're on the floor. You got mud all over you. Part of your own urine has caked some of that mud to the side of your chest, and
God.
you're covered in your own vomit. What are you doing? Your friends aren't around. No one came back to get you yet.
I'm just gonna go try and find my friends.
Okay, give me a D20 roll. Okay. All right, I'll get back to you to see if you find them. Okay, Kanan, Thorfinn, and Goldar.
Oh no!
What are you three?
I'm just gonna get lost in a different fucking dimension at this point.
What are you 3 doing?
We need
Shit.
to discuss what our actions are going to be.
Yeah. We can't really cause another commotion considering what he shouted. He shouted they are mind controlled, and well, what he did obviously doesn't sit well with me either, but saving those people is still my main priority. So, well, do you guys want to go to the guards and get the first hand thing?
But mind control and how to stop it.
The what?
So like let's just say
the mind control that the civilians are under.
So
Do we know?
I'm asking Goldar to check his lore or something, or
If my knowledge has anything to take them out of mind control. I mean, I personally right now can't really think of anything except for the confusion you were, but I don't have dispel magic or anything. So, Vibin, if you have anything from my stats that would help me,
No.
go ahead.
Your character is not does not understand really the full effect of the mind control magic, right? Like, and you don't really know. All you know is the general phrase mind control, right? Like, he didn't specify. There's a lot of ways to achieve that goal, right? Like, for example, like a kidnapped victim will become sympathetic of their kidnapper. That's not mind control, but they'll defend them. You know what I mean?
When I was walking in the tent, would I have seen magic auras around the people?
No, you did not.
So it's not some kind of magic
It is not a
effect
magic.
that's mind controlling them. Yeah, that's the only thing I can share with the party right now.
Okay. We need to figure out. First of all, we need to find Norback, and we need to figure out how to. First, we need to deal with the conductor, and we need to try to get Yubo out.
How far away is the barracks?
Oh, it's not very far. It's maybe like 100 feet from where you're currently standing. It was on the way into the main section of the city. Like, effectively, this carnival is happening just on the outside of the main palisades to Feywin, but and the barracks is right on the main section inside to the right of the palisade.
One thing we could do is, Rufus people will probably not be here again, but for them to spread rumor that there was a murder case in the circus, and people should really not go. But I don't know how much that works.
Did we see that from where we were, could we see that the carnies would not leave or weren't exiting?
You guys, all you
I
saw...
can, because I was inside. Yeah.
Right, no, so from your perspective, effectively what you would have interpreted was that Hubo was being taken away and all the carnies were grouped together as like basically a mini mob to be like, yeah, get that guy out of here. And they walked him out and then stopped and turned around and walked away is what your interpretations would be, right? Hubo's was high enough where he could see through a little bit deeper into the scenario. And that's
So
what
we only knew that they went back to work,
Yes.
and Yobo shouted about mind control, and that's about it.
Well, they went to work in quotations because they had to deal with the scenario as well. There's dead corpses now inside, so they had to tend to that, right? But they're dealing with
they
the
just
scenario.
entered inside again,
Exactly.
so they just turned around from the exit.
So potentially it could be an item or something within a range in the tents that are causing them to be controlled. Possibly.
It could be, yeah. And the problem is we don't know how they got mind controlled. So the thing is, if we run into it, I don't know if we will be affected either. I mean, we weren't before, but who knows? Well, yeah, as I said, do you want to talk to Yobu and get the details? Because I would certainly be really pissed about what he did.
I guess, yeah.
And we have to,
They still have to find Norback, and then, we'll have to,
and
try
we have to coordinate with the guards, because
I think the best way we can approach
we
this
have
is
to make sure that we have not intended for anything like that to happen.
one way we can approach this is we've already raised suspicions for the conductor. We can try to find more evidence to incriminate him.
But the problem is, like, we're running out of time.
That
So
is,
if we don't find anything, then
And
Yeah,
either way,
for-
if we can react if ever the ritual does happen, we can try and help. But right now, before he does anything openly evil, we can't really do much, especially with what happened just recently.
Yeah, we can only pretty much, when it happens, bank on it that the Grandmaster's guy is actually someone who does realize that the ritual is being performed.
Yeah.
Because the ritual could very well be some kind of dance or something and part of the show.
Yeah. Part of the show. Yeah, again, we are
I think we need to get Nor back with the group, and then see if there's possibly a way of breaking Yubo out, and then getting him back to the tent and like at least being close by to try to stop anything that goes on.
Breaking him out will probably be very bad idea, since then we have the guards on our tail too.
Yeah.
It's probably the best if we can try and get some merit into stopping that whole thing and use that to get you out, make it some case of necessary sacrifice. But that's gonna be a hard thing to do.
Yes, let's go find Norback first.
Yep. You guys make your way back into town, and you not hard to find considering he towers over the general public at 5'8". He is a 6 foot tall Goliath. Bald.
I'm 8 feet tall.
That's what I meant to say was 8 feet. I don't know why I said 6, but 8 feet tall. You very quickly find him, and weirdly enough, he's trying to look behind stacked barrels and be like, guys, are you? Oh, I guess you're not here. And he's just roaming around.
What about back here?
And within 10 feet of approaching him, you can immediately pick out the awful stench that is exuding from his presence. It's a combination of like gross, disgusting alcohol with upchucked food and urine. You guys see each other. Norback, you see them too.
Oh, guys, I found you.
Let's go stealth. Stealth?
Get one of these. I don't see him. Keep walking.
We don't know.
You guys are down 2 members immediately. Roll up new characters.
Oh.
That's awesome.
Okay, Norback, you're a mess. Hey, Norback.
Is there any,
Not
like,
my
water
proudest
bucket
moment.
around that we
I
can throw
blame
on
the
him?
tavern.
Like,
It's their fault.
is there a body of water nearby, like a river or like something?
Yeah, there's actually a river that runs through a small creek of sorts, water body that runs through Feywind, sorry. It's not too far from here, but you can clean them up.
Yeah, so
We
like,
can't really walk around with him that way.
that can cast prestidigitation.
What does that do?
I can
Yeah,
technically just clean myself up.
Oh.
Yeah, but it
But I
only
just
cleans
won't.
small objects, so who knows how
It'll take
often
time.
you have to cast it.
Yeah, he'll basically cast it every 6 seconds, right? For probably a solid 5
But
minutes.
I'm not gonna do that because this is funnier this way.
Oh, okay.
I still blame the tavern. There was worms in the food and it was really disgusting.
Okay,
And
Norback,
you
sorry.
decided to still eat it.
Well, I didn't realize it until like halfway through.
You know, if we send Norback like this into the tent, nobody's gonna want to go in there.
I mean, he's got a point.
Yeah, let him collapse drunk in front of the entrance. No one's gonna step over him.
We fill him back up and just let him puke all over the place.
You guys are able to clean them up. It does not take much effort, realistically speaking. You guys have water pouches on you guys as well, if you wanted to physically clean them or let him clean himself. There's a water creek
Not
as well.
touching him.
I wouldn't either. But
I'll throw up too.
that's fair. It's pretty gross. It's pretty gross.
I'd probably just use, try and remember that I have a thing that can do clean thingy.
Sure, it doesn't. I mean, again, like I said, right? You're not inebriated or out of sorts. You're just you had a mishap. So you are able to use that effect to clean yourself right now, and
do that.
the smell is still there. You still reek, but the grossness of you is gone, and you look pristine. You look clean.
Can I just use prestidigitation to just change the scent?
I don't know if it does
I
that.
think it
That's
does
thaumaturgy. Pretty sure thaumaturgy affects scent.
Can I use my thaumaturgy to change the scent?
Well, there you go. Between the
Okay.
two of you, easy enough to do. You smell like whatever Kanan wants you to smell like.
Not ass.
What's gonna be?
Okay. You smell like dirt, just like earth. You've got an earthy scent to you now.
You know, that's probably better.
It's not a bad smell. I like it. Okay, you guys have recovered Norback. He is in sorts. What are you doing?
We
All I know
update
is
him.
I'm no longer hungry.
What happened?
Make it rain!
Yubo got detained. We will try to talk to the guards to see what we can do to get him out.
So while y'all
Wait,
do
he
that,
got
do you think
detained? I thought I was gonna be the first one in jail.
I said, y'all think I should go back to the tents and try to blend in and scout around and try to see what, like, how much a higher alert and everything is?
Okay. I guess. Who wants to come with me to the barracks to try to talk to the guards?
I want to go give Yubo shit. And I'm never gonna let him live down the fact that he went in jail before me, and yo, we're so worried about me causing trouble.
Good. Okay, we were worried about you getting us killed. You guys got me killed. Jail wasn't really a part of the. Anyway, let's try to go and talk to
You
the guards.
have a point.
You guys make your way over. I'll say we're having this conversation partially as you're making your way to the barracks. Making your way inside, it is very, very busy. You see Thomas immediately present. You see two guards that are to his both left and right. One that has a book is trying to record as much information as possible. These are the two that you dealt with before. The main one recognizes you and immediately walks his way over and intercepts you and says, I can't let you guys... Hey, listen. I can't let you interfere with this investigation. I don't know if you even had anything to do with this, but this is a big deal. It's a big problem.
What investigation?
I guess you don't know. Your friend, your buddy over there, murdered 5 people in broad daylight. Around at least.
I've never met the man in my life.
Oh, okay. So that's a good friend move right there.
Well, in that case, I would still like to point out that the threat is still there.
Okay,
The threat
listen.
is still there.
The threat of what? I'm now less convinced. The threat of what?
Something might go wrong in the carnival. In tonight's final show, we have ignition. We've told you. I don't know. You warned us. Our friend got too much into his head and did something that was not good. He's but still, I do not. I would like to ask the guards to please not disregard the potential threat. Like, he did this bad thing, but he tried to do it in his own way because we really think that this threat is real.
First of all, you by telling me that there might be a threat is quite literally like me going and saying there might be a chance that you get run over by a horse when you leave these doors. There might be a chance that a meteor comes down and squishes this whole city in the next 10 minutes. There might be a chance that an extremely powerful wizard decides to come and really doesn't like Fey Win and just blinks it out of existence. You see what I'm trying to get at here?
There might be a chance I'm super smart.
No, none. Sit down.
Oh.
He is in like no joking mood at all. I don't think you understand what might implies here. I work with facts. I work with what's actually in front of me. And unfortunately, everything with this, all of this kerfuffle is tied to the person that delivered it to me being a murderer. That is not going to hold up well at all in the court of law. When we have to do this, and he is almost inevitably found guilty because there are over 15 accounts of him having committed murder. How do you think that's going to look? And you all 4, you're tied to him. As far as I'm aware, all I know, you could be accomplices. Maybe you're the ones that are setting up a ritual. You see where the maybes come into? It's a problem.
Alright. You understand?
I'm still doing my due diligence here. Even against every essence of my being, I am still doing my due diligence, and I will make sure that there are guards posted in there. In the event that something happens, I do not want to look back and say, I wish I had done something different. I want to be proactive about this, and I will have my people in there as per our conversation.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for at least like listening me out, like hearing me out.
Of course.
And is there probably can't we probably can't like we probably can't tell us anything about our friend just yet, right?
Oh, he's sitting tight.
We will try. Okay. So
He's sitting tight in the cell, but other than that, we can't let him out. It's just not possible. What if he runs? It makes us look weak as a city guard. I don't know the potential of your buddy. He was able to kill 5 people in the blink of an eye. That's alarming. I can't even do that. I don't know anybody that can do that.
So yeah, I guess I thank the guards and I try to go back to the group. See what we reconvene and see what we can do.
Sure. Come back tomorrow and we'll be able to have a conversation once I have everybody's statements, and we'll see what the next proceedings will look like with your buddy. What's his name?
So why not we just...
His name is Yubo.
Yubo. And he looks over and he's like, write that down. Looks at you, Norbak. He's like, what are you trying to say, bud?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, unless if you guys figure out something to help him, I highly recommend that you come talk to me. By the way, my name's Biff. You're gonna want to know
Biff.
that I'm gonna be the lead member of this investigation.
What a dumb name, Biff.
Oh, well, it's better to have a dumb name than actually be dumb.
Low blow. That's a low blow.
Well, at least you don't have to adventure alongside him. We are seeing ourselves out.
Thank you. He goes back and continues to listen to the accounts of Thomas, and he's literally walking him through play by play what he saw. And he even explains, he's like, they were great people before. Like the last little bit you hear is like he's actually vouching for the group as a collective. He's like, they're great. They were awesome. They were, friendly. I didn't have any problems with them. This is extremely weird. And that's all you hear as you guys are now outside the barracks.
Why don't we just go to Carnival and just do it?
Or I think we just you know what? If the events at the carnival is gonna happen, there's not much we can do about it from our perspective without us taking it to bad guys. Something that we can do though is we know where they're gonna be during the event. Most of them are not gonna be in the office. And let's just go back to what we were meant to do. Gather more information, get the robe that we saw back then, because I know that it's probably something important. For the most part, if there's anything we can, if something bad happens at the carnival, we can try to help, but we can't do anything unless something happens. We can't cause more trouble to the city, to the guards, unless something actually happens. What we can do is fuck up with the with the conductor. And just one way to do that is to mess with his stuff. That's what I can think. It's like if we get lucky enough, we find incriminating evidence that will actually help people out.
Yeah, pretty much all we can do is try to be outside, be in sight, have people see us, have maybe the guards see us, and only, charge in once the monsters are released. Because if that happens half an hour before the ritual is done, then at least we have time to actually do something. But it's gonna be probably harder than even the boss we fought before.
So
5 creatures like that.
yeah, we probably have. So what? We have the opportunity to raid the office as soon as the show starts, and he's probably gonna have maybe half an hour or an hour before, because yeah, maybe half an hour before everything goes to hell. But we at least like have the chance to do something inside the office while he's
We
not there.
can, well, we can take a look once the show started. If
Yeah.
no one else but the spider or something is in there, then yes. But if there are other peoples in there, they are pretty much all innocents, so we can hardly fight. So we can at least check then.
I
Otherwise, we are also gonna be proclaimed murderers.
Alright. I mean, I don't know, that's what I suggest. Just we can just what do you want? We can wait for things to happen or do something until something that's a suggestion. But yeah, that's also a good thing. Like we can wait for things to happen.
Well, as you said, we can enter the office once the show has started. I mean, shortly after. And if there are still people in there, then we turn around. We can't really fight them. They are, at least most of them will be innocents. And then we pretty much have to wait if something happens in the monster tent. Otherwise, if no people are in there, then we can check out the office more, and we'll probably have to fight the spider.
Okay. I mean that's at least that's a plan. At least we have something.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna turn the whole tent into a fire now. Considering they're all mind controlled, it's only gonna get us into more deep shit.
You guys can do that. What if I just want to go and enjoy the carnival until the show starts?
Do you think you can find your way back until then? It's less than an hour now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
You
I
have
can only try.
very little time left.
Yeah.
Then I would just probably just go sit and wait for the freaking show to start. Maybe I don't know.
Sure,
So
you're welcome to.
you'll be set. Yeah.
Yeah,
In
there's a lot of like benches and things that are set up on the main paths through the city, so you can sit there and just like watch people, or you can even go inside the carnival tent where the chairs are set up. The show hasn't began.
I'll go inside the carnival tent.
There you go. I mean, like,
I see.
there's
Yeah,
seating.
Where in the room is that mechanism to release the monsters?
Oh, they're individual. So every single,
Oh,
every
really?
every single like containment unit has its own locking mechanism to it. And from your guys' notes that you've obtained, it states in there to unlock all of them, independent of one another.
Yeah, so those guys will probably just say, okay, it's time, and unlock those things, and then either go over to the main tent and lock everyone in, or they will just get killed immediately.
Does it say what the beasts are on the note?
No, it just says all of the menagerie, basically, the display.
Is the tent still heavily populated?
With people, yeah, oh yeah, and they're all carnies. Like very few civilians are walking through. There are some that are walking through. It'd be a ratio of like 5 to 1 effectively of civilians to workers, because it is right outside the main palisade, right outside the main gate. So people are roaming in and out. Kids are kind of running around doing their own thing. There isn't like, they're not policing people to get out, right? They're not lifting heavy materials or anything. So it's pretty busy. Yeah.
As if like when they walking through, would they be? I guess I can't really ask that.
Do you think we can find the guy, like the Grandmaster's guy?
How would you do that?
Like look around inside the tent. Probably where
Well, we
he's
have
gonna.
no idea what he looks like.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the biggest issue, is that you have no idea what he looks like. Nobody knows what he looks like.
Right. I mean, okay. What do we do?
Are y'all back at the tent or to the tent now? Or are y'all still?
Somewhere outside in
Yeah,
view of
somewhere outside.
the guardhouse, so they can see us, that we are not causing problems.
I am literally inside the tent waiting for the show to begin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'll come back out of the tent and meet up with Thorfinn and Goldor. I was wondering if maybe there's a way that we can jam the switches to maybe buy some time. Like,
Do we know where they are yet?
The animals?
No, not the switch.
no, the
oh,
switches to release the animals.
Yeah.
I never said it was a switch.
Yeah, Thorfinn, you
I
haven't
mean,
gone.
like,
Well, with all of you having seen the animals in the menagerie, you know that it's different for every single thing. The mermaid is the largest display of them all, and she is contained in effectively a large aquarium that is completely full of salt water. She was present the last time and was trying to communicate and like kind of, intake and investigate the people looking at her through her glass. But there are heavy chains that lock all of them in. It's fair assumption. I'll even say screw that. You guys observed that there were lock pads, like literal locks that were just chaining these things shut, and all of them, all of them would have just locks on it. Just trying to think if there's anything. There isn't. They all just have locks on them.
I'm worried about
Alright.
Okay, I guess we'll wait until the office clears out when the show starts, because the office, the conductor's not gonna be there.
Yeah, but we should still get Norbak out of there. I mean, if he's doing his own thing, we are really one man short again.
We should. Okay, I'm gonna go get him.
It's easy enough. You're able to.
I'm gonna be a Norback Wrangler just all this.
you're able to call him over. It's really not a big deal. Everything's open.
Yeah.
He can hear you. You can even just shut him over, and yeah, it takes no time whatsoever to get him back.
Hey Norback, we might get into a fight. You wanna come?
Fight? Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I need exact directions of what we're doing here.
As soon as let me know if you guys if I'm wrong, guys. But like, as soon as the show starts, we go inside the office.
Yes, we are gonna check if people are still in there. If not,
Okay.
we are gonna explore more.
Okay, no problem.
And we're just observing people entering or exiting from the tent right now
Okay.
until the time is.
So I'm gonna fast forward the time. We're gonna say that a lot of during the past hour, you guys would have observed a ton of the carnival folk, a ton of them, the carnies that are roaming around with flyers in their hands. You're able to get a hold of one that specifically on there it's a new advertisement that's being released. It states in there that come to the carnival, the grand finale of the entire week's events, and win a chance to have your moment with the gods. And it is ostentatious. It is very vibrant, and it's basically playing Goldie, you're intelligent enough as a character for this. You can tell immediately. That's not a play at like your actual intelligence. I'm just saying in roleplay wise, your character is immediately able to discern that this is a very last ditch effort to try and supersede the events that just happened at the carnival, to get people's interest and intrigue increased again for attending. Right? They don't want people leaving, so they it's almost like they need people for this. Whatever. So for the past hour, it approaches the last 2 minutes of the event, and a lot of civilians are starting to line up to get into the tents. It looks like it worked. It is filling up, and all the carnies are walking in, and they're just having a good time. People are making their way through the menagerie and doing their thing. And you guys make your way over to the office, and you guys watch it for a little bit, and you notice that a very large amount of them have exited out and into the carnival tent. Going through the back, the unlocked window, you hear absolutely nothing. There is not a single sound to be heard.
The only thing I could probably hear is tinnitus.
You are absolutely alone.
All right.
That's where we're gonna leave it. Pick it up next time.
Fair enough.
That's it right there. That went a whole different direction I was not expecting.
Yeah,
What
that
were you
escalated quickly.
expecting?
That was nuts. Oh my god. Like I said, I was I'm still super excited to see how this entire thing plays out. Oh my gosh. It's gonna be nuts, man. It is gonna be nuts.
I really like the new maps.
Yeah, they're cool, right? The dynamic lighting is awesome.
That's really good. Yeah.
I love it. And it when I was creating the dynamic lighting, like I realized it had this option a while ago, but I couldn't put it in because it just took too much time and my headache. I couldn't figure it out. And I was like, I'll do it later. But as I was doing it, I'm like, man, this is gonna add a whole nother element of like suspense.
That, like the dungeon crawling stuff, like
Hiding
It's,
under the beds.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it takes
The
a lot of
only,
work.
The only downside I've seen to it is the you need to go through the door like with your character. Like you can't just like drag it easily. You kind of need to like get it to go through the door, which is like even if the door is open, you need to drag it on top of the door to be able to get it to the other room.
That's really bizarre.
kinda,
that's
yeah,
annoying.
yeah.
And otherwise, you just
That's
get stuck at the wall, which is like
Yeah,
okay,
what's your on the door? You get the like the slight like chance to like actually close the door while you're on it. It's like,
Yeah,
that's what we
more often than not,
Yeah.
just close the door. Maybe there would be a way to put that layer at the bottom or like lower if that's something you have control over. but-
I should. I thought I did. So I'm not sure if maybe it's just happening because it automatically places it on the main floor or like.
yeah, we can test it some other time.
Yeah, the issue with me when I was doing this was that I was trying to test this stuff out, but I think the GM's perspective and interaction is like always fully unlocked regardless of what view I do it with. So I need one of you, effectively, right? That's all. But
Well, I'm here about 98% of the time.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you're gonna talk about nighttime, I don't remember. But anyways, I'm gonna close off the stream and then I will be back in a jiffy. You guys do you. Okay, let's go over here, folks. So that concludes episode number 6, Trouble at the Tent. Funny enough, I did not intend this to actually be Trouble at the Tent. When I created this session, I didn't have a name for it, and yet there was Trouble at the Tent. How freaking wild is that? That's nuts. Yeah, I know. Man, I don't know what's gonna happen here because Yubo's character is currently stuck in prison. What did you intend? Well, nothing. Like I simply create the framework for what could happen. And I'm sure Pop, I'm gonna call you Pop. I'm pretty sure that Pop would agree. DMs almost never have a game plan for when things don't go. Like we could plan for like 6 events and you guys will choose option 7. You know what I mean? There's never a game plan for these things. It's friggin' frustrating. But regardless, this is a new element in the grand scheme of things. We're gonna have to see how this plays out. The group is down a warlock who was doing a lot for the group. It was a pretty heavy carrying element of this fight was the warlock. So we're gonna have to see how this plays out. I mean, there's still an armoire with an imp sitting inside of it. Like it's just sitting there. And I was reading the Find Familiar spell, and it specifically states in there that it can make its own decision. So it could very well choose to just walk out of the armoire. We keep sneaking in this single window. Well, that's because nobody is locking it, right? Like they're not really threatened to lock that window. They don't care. And so it also depends on like who is responsible for it, and the people who are staying there are like fresh breeze. Who cares? Doesn't bother them. But yeah, you guys got an entirely empty quarters to make decisions on now. I'm excited for next week, but too much thinking, too much sneaking. We just wait to bonk. I mean, yeah, you do, but then you lose a lot by doing that. That's the only issue, right? That's the devil's advocate right there. You guys would have absolutely none of the intel that you do, whether it is or isn't correct is irrelevant. You would have none of the interactions, none of the loot, none of the layout that you would have if you simply went in and bonked, right? That is in itself a reward in D&D when you get these things. You unlock this information. But regardless, I hope you guys had a good time. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves because I had an absolute friggin' blast. That was phenomenal. I am so pumped by that session. I can't wait to play again. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and raid out to a lovely person real quick. /raid simp mom. Okay, this person is super dope. She is awesome. She is like the most adorable human being that I've ever seen. She's so kind and so amazing. I'm glad that you liked it, Marshmallow or Softy Mallow Marsh. Good. Why didn't you just put your name as Softy Marshmallow? Why did you have to do the Mallow Marsh? Why? There's like absolutely no need for that. It's just so confusing. But regardless, this person's super dope. Leave them a follow. She's very, very kind and incredible person. In the past 2 years or 1 year, she sent out over 900 free gifts to her viewers. She's like the grandmother that everybody wishes they had from movies but can't get because, you know, it's hard. But she's incredible. Definitely interact with her. But regardless, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate all of you. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll catch you guys on Monday.